has been significantly mitigated. There's evidence of reduction in the cost of living through the reduction in prices. The depreciation of the currency, which was a perennial problem and was one of the things that used to worry our economy the most, has been brought under control.
Felix Kwachofosu is the presidential spokesperson. If you're just tuning in, you are listening to the morning news on 3FM 92.7 with me, Josh Quinn. In more news this morning, the government of Ghana has expressed strong alarm over the unauthorized invasion of Venezuela by the United States and the abduction of President Nicolas Maduro and his wife, Cecilia Flores, early Saturday, 3rd January 2026. Government, in a statement by the Foreign Affairs Ministry, expressed strong reservations against unilateral use of force and strongly deplore such acts that violate the Charter of the United Nations and international law, as well as the sovereignty, territorial integrity, and political independence of state. Ghana reaffirmed its commitment to the principle of self-determination and holds the firm view that only the Venezuelan people should freely determine their political and democratic future, calling for immediate de-escalation and the release of President Maduro and his wife. Now, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Gold Board, Sammy Gyamfi, has dismissed claims that Bower Rock, a gold trading company, has no expertise in the gold trading space. This is after a private citizen petitioned Yoko and the Attorney General to withdraw their license. However, Gold Board CEO Sammy Gyamfi said Bower Rock was incorporated in 2015 to do a number of things, including farming and gold purchase.
Now, this company is also not a mushroom company that just surfaced in the gold trading space. As a matter of fact, it was licensed by the Precious Minerals Marketing Company to deal in gold in the year 2016. And since 2016, the company has renewed its gold trading license every year until 2025. Every single year, the company has renewed its gold trading license. This company we call Bower Rock has been one of the major gold suppliers in the country.
Sammy Gyamfi is the CEO of the Gold Board, and we are live on Facebook as well. It's 3FM. And now, moving away from that, the Accra Regional Police Command has arrested 2 women in relation to the alleged assault of a 12-year-old girl at La. A viral video showed the little girl being beaten mercilessly by 3 women in the compound house using stick and objects. The police in a statement said the incident was reported by the victim's mother, who brought the child over bearing visible marks of assault. This resulted in the arrest of the 2 who are siblings. On Wednesday, the 3rd suspect, who is their mother, is reported to have traveled. Preliminary investigations revealed the victim had earlier before the incident had an altercation with a 7-year-old boy who happened to be related to the suspect. The suspect went to the victim's house and dragged her to the restaurant and assaulted her. The 2 are currently in police custody, assisting with investigations. And our fraud and security consultant, Richard Kumado, is urging the public to remain vigilant as cyber criminals increasingly exploit digital platforms across the country, calling for year-round public education on cybersecurity. Ghana saw a sharp rise in cybercrime in 2025, with reported cases jumping more than 50% compared to the previous year. The cost to individuals and businesses was in the millions of cedis in losses. Online fraud, cyberbullying, and blackmail remain the most common threats as Ghanaians increasingly transact and interact digitally. The Cybersecurity Authority and Ghana Police Service stepped up efforts to combat the incident, from enhanced digital forensic units to public awareness campaigns. Experts say stronger cybersecurity practices, better education, and collaboration between government, private sector, and communities are crucial to protecting Ghanaians in 2026 and beyond. Richard Kumado is fraud and security consultant.
We also use online platforms for businesses and for personal interactions. I will urge them to do what we call social media due diligence, which is very important. Then they must also live a hygienic social media lifestyle, so that they will escape the threat from cyber criminals who might want to do profiling on them. But then again, if you are a small business or you are a commercial business and you will need help with the cyber security tools in the form of preventiveness, then you will need to speak to the Cybersecurity Authority, and they will provide guidance in that regard. And for those of us, or for many of our people whose vulnerabilities may be exploited, it is just proper you speak to the Cybersecurity Department at the Ghana Police Headquarters. And working together, I believe 2026 we can do much better than what we saw in 2025.
Before you part company, a name was task force deployed in the eastern region on Saturday, 3rd January 2026, arrested 2 Chinese nationals, Li Zhongjin and Nu Qinghao, at Pankasa in the Brim North District for engaging in illegal mining activities. The illegal operations by the 2 foreign galamseyers reportedly caused severe destruction of forests and cocoa farmlands while polluting local streams, including the Brim River. The task force immobilized 2 excavators used by the suspect by removing their monitors and control boards, rendering the machines inoperative due to the immediate unavailability of low-bed services. Several other illegal mining equipment and makeshift structures facilitating the operations were destroyed or burnt on site. The team, in addition, seized a Toyota Tundra pickup registration number AS8120-2020 used by the suspect at the site. On that illegal mining note, we end the morning news. Before we go looking at the top stories, by-election in the offing following the death of the sitting member of parliament for Ayawasi East in the Greater Accra region, Mawuena Sixtus, on Sunday, December 4. Meanwhile, the MP will be laid to rest today. Minister for Government Communications, Phyllis Kwashiorkor, says President Mahama has transformed Ghana's economy in its first year in office. And please arrest 2 women in relation to the alleged assault of a 12-year-old girl at La. For more news updates, just log on to our website. It's 3news.com. My name is George Quinn. It's always a pleasure coming with Mawuena Sixtus. It's time by to continue with the show.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the 2 leading political parties have been addressing the public on
in 2026 as falling global oil prices and stronger cedi push OMCs to cut palm prices. Also, Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, COMAC, urges government to provide resources to meet international fuel standards as store resumes operations. Plus, concerns over gold bond losses persist as economists call on government to remove Bank of Ghana from funding rule. We have details of these and more shortly. Stay with us. Thanks for your time. Industry watchers have projected significant relief for petroleum consumers in the country in 2026. This is against the backdrop of some oil marketing companies reducing fuel prices at the pumps ahead of wider industry adjustment as falling global oil prices and a stronger cedi create room for relief for consumers at the start of the new year.
Market leader Star Oil has taken the lead by cutting the price of petrol from 11 cedis 35 pesos to 10 cedis 56 pesos per litre. The price of diesel has also been reduced from 12 cedis 45 pesos to 11 cedis 96 pesos per litre. In addition, some selected service stations are selling fuel below these new prices as part of discount-driven pricing models, intensifying competition within the downstream petroleum sector. Checks by 3 Business indicate that other major oil marketing companies are preparing to announce similar reductions from January 2nd following the early moves by industry leaders. Ghana currently has over 200 oil marketing companies, many of which typically align with palm prices, with adjustments initiated by dominant players in the market. Industry watchers say the early price cuts reflect improving market fundamentals, including declining international crude oil and refined product prices, as well as strengthening Ghana cedi. International market data shows petrol prices fell by more than 9%, diesel by over 8%, while LPG also recorded declines. At the same time, the cedi has appreciated strongly against the US dollar in recent weeks, easing import costs for fuel marketers. Analysts believe that if these conditions are sustained, consumers could see further reductions at the pumps in the coming weeks.
And that was a 3 Business News Desk report on industry watchers projecting major relief for fuel consumers in 2026 as falling global oil prices and a stronger cedi push OMCs to cut pump prices. And now the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, COMAC, has welcomed the resumption of operations at the Tamoyo refinery toll after years of inactivity. It says government must provide resources to ensure toll produces fuel that meets international standards.
Toll restarted a few weeks ago, processing about 28,000 barrels of crude a day, roughly a quarter of Ghana's fuel demand. The chamber argues that revamping the refinery is vital for energy security and for easing pressure on foreign exchange reserves.
Brings a relief on the forex. All right, it brings relief on the forex as far as importing diesel and petrol is concerned. However, they are going to benchmark and price with the FOB Platts for sure, just as MTO is doing. But in terms of availability of product, that's a key significant milestone that Toll is bringing to the market.
The Chamber's Chief Executive, Dr. Riverson Opon, says Toll must be adequately funded to guarantee product quality.
It's something I've been pushing from this year. If you were at the downstream dialogue, the Chamber was advocating for Toll to come back. And I believe that now they are back, we need to look at how we make their product even more quality to meet the international standard that is being imported today.
The Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers Ghana, COPEC, Duncan Amwa, agrees, stressing that every effort should be made to bring Toll's output in line with industry standards.
That is where we call on the Finance Ministry and the Energy Ministries to collaborate to get Toll modern desulfurizers so as to be able to even reduce the sulfur count that they would have as far as their processed fuel is concerned. Once we are able to get Toll working and aiding Central also by way of getting them to get cargo to process. Michael, 2026 could be a good year, but then again, sustainability analysis would need to be done.
And before we part company, financial economist Dr. Eric Wachi-Yadom says government should provide direct funding for the Ghana Gold Board to relieve the central bank of its current role in the scheme. This follows report that the Bank of Ghana has incurred losses of more than $200 million from the board's operations. We'll bring you this story later in the subsequent bulletins, but that's how we wrap up the business. Before we go look again at our top stories, industry watchers project major relief for fuel consumers in 2026 as falling global oil prices and strong cedi push OMCs to cut pump prices. Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, COMAC, urges government to provide resources to meet international fuel standards as Toll resumes operations. Concerns over gold board losses persist as economists causing government to remove Bank of Ghana from funding role. My name is George Queening. Thanks for listening. Mawuena Sixtus is standing by to continue with the morning show. Good morning.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandpa.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing
be here, we say thankful for the gift of life and for the opportunity as well to have us come into your homes, your vehicles, and wherever it is that you listen to us from, as well as online, where you follow us on YouTube, as well as on Facebook, in terms of the conversations and all of the things that we continue to bring to you here on the 3FM Sunrise, right? We're going to get into a number of things this morning. The first is that I want you to put down these numbers for me. 055-924-2717. 055-924-2717. 2717, as well as 055 691 0154. 055 691 0154. These are the numbers by which I'll have the opportunity to hear from you a lot later in the morning with respect to your thoughts and your views on the respective subject matters we'll be discussing here on the 3FM Sunrise when the rest of the team joins me, Sixtus Strong, Ullo, as well as the rest of the gang. Then we'll get into the weather for you with Felicity Appiah-Ampofo as well. We'll get a sense of what the weather is supposed to be like. Remember, the Ghana Meteorological Agency have told us that, look, this year, or the season preceding us, where we're expecting the Harmattan, we haven't quite had that. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Harmattan has decided to stay very far away from us. And if it should come around, we'll not experience it in the levels or the forms in which we've experienced it for some time since we've known. But I'll get into our message of motivation again for us this morning. And it's very important that I do in sharing that message with you one more time this morning before we get into our song of inspiration as well. And today I want to remind you as to why you need to stay focused for the year 2026, because the year didn't wait for permission to begin. It didn't ask if you and I were both ready before it ushered us into 2026. That's the first truth of a new year, that we are already in motion. Whether you plan carefully or you simply arrived here, time has placed you at the starting line anyway. So today, it's not about asking, what will I do with this year? It's about asking, how will I move? Will you move intentionally or be pushed by circumstances? Will you move with clarity or react to everything that comes your way? A year is not shaped by one big decision. It's shaped by small repeated choices. When you tolerate, what you postpone, what you protect, and what you walk away from. This year will offer distractions disguised as opportunities. It will test your focus with noise. It will reward those who can say no as confidently as they say yes. So here's today's charge. Don't chase speed, chase direction. Don't confuse activity with progress. Stillness can be strategic. Silence can be powerful. And when the year gets loud, and remember that it will, return to what matters. Return to discipline and return to purpose. You don't need to rush the year. You need to respect it, because the year is already moving. The only question left is whether you move with it. That's our message of motivation for you today here on the 3FM Sunrise. Like I mentioned, it will usher us into the weather update as well this morning. Kind courtesy Felicity Appiah-Ampofo, Chief Weather Forecaster with the Ghana Meteorological Agency, after which we'll get into other matters for you. But just by way of a quick survey, even as we work the phone lines to connect with Felicity Appiah-Ampofo, what the Ghana Meteorological Agency has been sharing on their social media handles, particularly X, early morning, this morning, mist and fog patches are expected to form over the forest and mountainous areas. As the day progresses, bright and sunny conditions will prevail across the country with periodic cloud cover over southern Ghana. However, localized thunderstorms or rain are likely to affect a few areas slightly inland from the coast and within the middle sector later in the day. Meanwhile, northern Ghana will remain dry and slightly hazy throughout the day, and slightly hazy throughout the forecast period. But that's by way of our weather. But let's connect with Felicity Appiah-Ampofo now. She's joined us via the phone lines as well. Good morning, Felicity. It's the first time out, so a happy new year to you.
Yeah, good morning, Mawuena. Happy new year to you. It is my prayer that God will grant us good health long life and happiness all through the years and beyond.
Amen and amen and amen. Talk to us about what to expect in terms of the weather. I've just been going through the socials and we're talking about hazy conditions today, but a bit more in terms of rain. Help us understand what the forecast is like.
Okay, thanks so much, and good morning to our dear viewers and listeners. For today, for southern sector, we expect some few clouds in the sky, and then some rain over some places. So in western region, part of western north, central and part of Greater Accra, we expect some showers today, including those in the eastern region. For the transition, we expect it to be mainly sunny. The north, the 5 northern regions, we expect them to experience slightly hazy conditions. We expect them to have dry conditions and then sunny. Temperatures are going to be a bit hot over the entire country. 33, 34 for the coastal route, 34, 35 for the middle sector transition, 34, 37 for the north. We expect an average temperature of 38 degrees Celsius. For the areas that we are anticipating rain, we expect it around Takwa, we expect it around Achimjanku, Foribia, and then some areas around the Takwa, that's Ketakrachi in the water. Those are the areas that we are anticipating some afternoon showers. The state of the sea is expected to remain rough today, so fisher folks need to be careful. We don't have massive rain and thunderclouds over the ocean, but then we expect some windy conditions and the state will be rough. Water lake pretty cool for any activities.
And back to Hamatan, I think we saw the release from you earlier that we don't expect it in the form and shape which we've experienced for quite some time. Are we still expecting it along this week, or it will come a lot later as well?
For us, for the southern sector, we expect the intensity to be weak, and then some few times we expect it to be moderate. We are still expecting it for the southern sector for the end of the week into the following week. That is when we have the dry wind that is likely to penetrate over our space. But then the north, they are in it. We're having the 34 Celsius, so the air quality in the north needs to be monitored. Relative humidity is also dry, so we need to attend to open fires. And then also, in terms of other things, those that have the health conditions, in terms of visibility, to expect a little deterioration in between 5,000 and 8,000 meters. So for the north, they are in the southern sector. By close of this week, also next week, we are anticipating that we will start having a few of it.
Right then, I appreciate you as always, Felicity, for bringing us the weather update. Felicity Appiah-Ampofo, your chief weather forecaster with the Ghana Meteorological Agency. And do have a fantastic day as well, Felicity.
You too.
That's Felicity Appiah-Ampofo. She's chief weather forecaster with the Ghana Meteorological Agency, helping us understand that brief detail I provided from the socials of the agency. But now we have a better understanding as to the areas where we're expecting rain and a lot more. We'll get into a song of inspiration for the morning. This one is by Kirk Franklin. It's titled Now Behold the Lamb.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains. Sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite stars, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names.
Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego.
We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names.
Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego.
We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your outwork listening.
The 3FM Sunrise, we're getting into our newspapers right now for you on the 3FM Sunrise, and a number of the papers back, the Daily Analyst, one of such, and some others which we will get you details of pretty shortly. Let's start off with the Daily Analyst in terms of what the front page says. Gold Board made nearly 1 billion cedi surplus, rejects lost claims. Sami Jimfi is the CEO of Gold Board, is saying this. We'll get the stories on pages 3 and 4 of the Daily Analyst newspaper. Presia Huni Valley chair denies role in a Aboso shooting. Abiam Dansu Kuntu, NPP chairman for Presia Huni Valley. Also, Ayawasu East MP Mahama Nasser Ture dies after short illness. Details of which we've been bringing to you as well here on the 6 a.m. news. Fire guts part of Kaswa New Market. Also, was details of that on the news all throughout yesterday. Bower Rock established in 2015, fully licensed to trade in gold. Also remnants from the weekend in terms of the Gold Board conversations and the losses. June 4 spreads Christmas cheer to over 2,000 households. That's the GGA president, Albert Kwamna June 4 as well, doing his bit in terms of spreading the Christmas cheer. The Daily Democrat is next. Only one firm met Gold Board aggregator criteria. Sami Jimfi reveals stories on pages 3, 5, 8, and 10. Colleague on a Central SDA dedicates sanctuary. Mahama declares Ghana Rising, unveils 2026 agenda. Jospon Group partners Ghanaian scholars in diaspora. Frank Edu takes over Zen as Petroleum Board chair. Those are the details from there. The Daily Analyst had pictures. You know, I like to show us pictures. Well, Daily Analyst has pictures of Albert Kwamna June 4's Christmas cheer and the celebration with the 2,000 plus households. The Daily Democrat does not have pictures, and so we'll skip that. The Republic Press, ahead of NPP primaries, Northern Bloc breaks away as delegates abandon old camps for Brian Champon. We see Brian Champon receives colorful smog in Northern tour. Yo-Yo Naswon constituency chair backs him. Former Bogatanga East Deputy Chairman switches camp, and Yo-Yo constituency Nasara organizer endorses Dr. Brian Champon as well. NDC faces open revolt as sycophancy accusation sparks confusion. Comes with a picture of the General Secretary Fifi Fiavikwete. Gold Board rakes in 1 billion cedi surplus, rejects lost claims. GJA president turns Christmas into celebration for thousands in Alajo. Expect more oral cases in court this year. Martin Pebu and Aboso shooting. Police engage victims' family, fast-track autopsy. That's a Republic Press for you. The Daily Times is a new one. 2026 year of acceleration. TCDA moves to boost tree crop economy. No losses at Gold Board. 960 million cedis earned in 2025, says Sami Jimfi. Ghana pushes for release of national held in Ukraine conflict. Okujetua Blakwa. Government to commission Western North Passport Office on January 6th, that's tomorrow, and stop the witch hunt against Prophet Adumche, journalist tells pastors critics. Those are the stories on the papers that we have. There's a new one. There's a new paper I haven't seen before. It's called The National Voice. they have very interesting pictures and all of that, but we'll skip that. Let's get into the online reviews now. We'll start off with 3news.com. Ghana is in a much better position compared to when we took over. Felix Kwachofusu is saying this. Then on 3news.com as well, you have Ghana's GS's education calendar for 2025-2026. Police arrest 2 women over alleged assault of 12-year-old at La. So 12-year-old girl was being assaulted at La. Ayawaso East MP Mahama Nasser Toure died. He's expected to be laid to rest today. Ghana condemns Nicolas Maduro's abduction, calls for release of Venezuelan president and wife. NIMOS task force arrests 2 Chinese for illegal mining at Pankesi in the Broome North area. We take it to myjoyonline.com now. That's next on the bill, and get a sense of what they are reporting as well. Then we begin to get into the portals. Final funeral rites for Ayawaso East MP Nasser Toure Mahama set for today. Newborn baby dumped in sewage system at Tema Community 1. Over 6,000 teachers threaten legal action and street protests over unpaid arrears. Attorney General Dominic Ayine rebukes premature NDC flag bearership debates. Parliament mourns late Ayawaso East MP Nasser Toure Mahama. Immigration officer arrested over 2,600 AK-47 ammunition. City Newsroom, they also have the Ayawaso East MP to be laid to rest today, and they have that as well. Here, pay our salary arrears or we will protest again and pay teachers warn government. From policy to pocket, what Mahama's second year means for prices and SMEs, that's also there for all to see. ClassFMOnline.com, top story, Sami Jemfi Gold Board made nearly 1 billion surplus. Also here, Bawa Rock, only successful applicant among 31 aggregator. GJA present support over 2,000 households as well is what we have there. Let's begin to get into the details, right? And perhaps I'll start off with Felix Kwachofusu and what he had to say in terms of where the country is now compared to when the NDC government took over last year, right? Because now we're in 2026, and in 2 days it will mark exactly a year since President Mahama was sworn into office. The story is by Raphael Gatti. It reads that the Minister for Government Communications, Felix Kwachofusu, says President Mahama has transformed Ghana's economy in his first year in office, stating that the country is in a much better position compared to when the NDC took over power. Speaking in an interview on TV3's Hot Issues on the review of President Mahama's first year in office, Mr. Kwachofusu explained that all the indicators of the economy have currently improved, giving an indication of a better economic performance. There's a quote of him which says that I think any objective observer would agree that the country is in a much better position than it was when we took over power. Look at the economy, for instance, and the economy is important because that was a single most important item for the Ghanaian voter barely a year ago. All the things that we use to measure the performance of an economy are pushing in the right direction. He said the NDC government has delivered on its promise to Ghanaians. A big one that's been very topical from the weekend is all the conversations about Gold Board and Sami Jemfi. I'll get you into the details because if you go onto the Daily Analyst pages 3, 4, and was it 5? 3 and 4 is where you get the details. Gold Board made nearly $1 billion in surplus. The chief executive officer of the Gold Board, Sami Jemfi, has refuted allegations that the institution suffered financial losses, revealing instead that Gold Board recorded robust revenue figures in 2025. Speaking on Joy News news file on Saturday, Mrs. Jemfi dismissed claims of a 214 million deficit as inaccurate and misleading. He explained that Gold Board, although not a profit-oriented institution, generated over 960 million in revenue last year, while keeping total expenditures below 120 million cedis, according to an audited management account. Because Gold Board is a statutory body that declares surpluses rather than profits, Mr. Jemfi said, the figures show the organization is on track to post a substantial surplus. He estimated a conservative surplus of between 700 million and 800 million for 2025. Mr. Jemfi also responded to assertions that any losses from the Gold Board or the Gold for Reserves program might have been shifted onto the Bank of Ghana's books, calling that idea illogical. And he said that he pointed out that the Gold for Reserves scheme began as a Bank of Ghana initiative in 2022, and all related accounts have historically been recorded by the central bank and not Gold Board. And we're staying with him because he as well has been responding to the claims about Bower Rock and the fact that it was handpicked, selected, and what have you. He provided a bit more in terms of explanation there and says that according to him, Bower Rock was incorporated under Ghanaian law on January 15, 2015 with precious mineral trading, including gold listed among its principal business activities. He underscored that the company has traded in gold for years and has renewed its gold trading licenses annually since it was first granted by the now defunct Precious Minerals Marketing Company, PMMC, in 2016. Now, Mr. Jemfi described as false and misleading assertions and suggestions that Bower Rock is a recently created or unlicensed mushroom company with no meaningful history in Ghana's gold sector, noting instead that it has long been involved in the precious minerals trade. So that's it on Gold Board and its related conversations, but I want to as well get you into the details of the unfortunate passing of the late Ayawaso East Member of Parliament. And yesterday we know that a number of constituents and a number of MPs as well began to make their way to his residence. I want to take you to his residence from yesterday and bring you details as to the conversations from there, just briefly, and then we'll return to a bit more in terms of the details.
Bad news. We didn't start the year very well, but there's nothing we can do at this moment. So we have to consult the family and then the wife and everybody. And so,
what is your fondest memory of the late Honorable?
He is the caucus chairperson, and I remember when we were rising, he came to my office to discuss issues about his caucus with me, and he was the last person who left my office. And I said, Honorable, I know you can leave so that I handle it. So no, let everybody leave so that I have some discussion with you. And privately, we had our discussions. Nobody knew that was the last moment he was going to talk to me. So let's take it as it is. It's very painful, but we can't change the story.
Lastly, before I let you go, you have been here quite early. How did you hear of the news?
I was called by Majority Leader Honorable Ayariga that we've lost Honorable Nasser. So Richard organized your men, rushed to the place. So I have to be calling Honorable Jaja, and he was also busy. The phone even wasn't closer to him. But we got other colleagues, and then we were talking to each other. That's why I have to rush and see things for myself. It's not like hearsay, so that I can also confirm. Many of the media houses were calling to confirm the story, but since my leader called, I had the opportunity to also confirm to them that indeed what we are hearing is true. So my leader gave me the information.
Honorable, just a quick one. I'm sure you've been meeting the family so far. What's the arrangement?
The Honorable Jaja can speak to the arrangement, but he's very close to the family. But I'm told tomorrow the burial will take place. But he can speak to those issues.
Let me start with how work has been with your colleague. How has work been?
Okay, thank you very much. As Muslims, when a issue of such calamity befalls on you, we say Inna Lillah wa Inna Ilayhi Raji'un. Inna Lillah wa Inna Ilayhi Raji'un, to which we all came from God, and to him shall we all return. So as Muslims, we know definitely one day we'll go back to our Maker. So we came from him, and to him we shall all return. So indeed, what you have heard is true. At around 11 a.m. this morning, my senior brother, senior colleague, is the MP for Ayawaso East. I am the MP for Ayawaso North. We heard of the sudden news, and I had to rush in here with my wife, only to realize it's only the wife that is home. So I left my wife here, rushed to Ullo. Through the intervention of His Excellency the President, we were able to fast-track the process to get the body. As we're speaking now, we have brought the body home, but as customs demands, God willing, tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, the prayer will be observed on him at the Kanda Highway, where his office is, his constituency office is, just on the Kanda Highway. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, His Eminence, the National Chief Imam, will lead the Janaiza prayer for him. From there, we will take him to Medina Cemetery. So that is the first phase of the program, after which we will, or before the prayer tomorrow, we will announce the program as it will unfold. Maybe 3 days Adua, and then maybe probably the final one, 7th day. But the family will sit. But for now, the family, together with all of us, have agreed tomorrow, 10 a.m. on the Kanda Highway, we will observe the prayers, and then we will take him to the cemetery.
What void does his passing leave?
In fact, truth be told, he entered Parliament in 2012 or 2013. Then I came a year after him. The constituency used to be one until 2012, when it was splitted or divided into two. He took the Ayawaso East, and then our predecessor, today he's also not alive, Major retired Dr. Mustafa Ahmed, may his soul rest in peace, also continued with Ayawaso North. So McNader went into Parliament, and in fact, within his first term in Parliament, 2013 to 2016, he did a lot that inspired some of us to also campaign to get to Parliament in the year 2017. Yeah. So our senior colleague, Honorable Mark, he brought this term Operation Cement Your Lungu, where Lungus are corners. If for those of you who are familiar with our communities, Operation Cement Your Lungu, they are corners. He brought that exercise, Operation Cement Your Lungu, get sand, get cement, call the community, come out, let's cement our corners. And we all took emulate from him and cemented most of our communities. And again, he's done a lot. As for his achievement, even it used to be one constituency, so I can say that is my constituency as well. If you go to the Nima station now, asphalted, and a whole lot of work. Nima Government Hospital did a lot, and you countless. If you want to talk about his achievement, he has done a lot. So whoever will be taking over from him, I think he's left a very big mark. The person must be ever ready to be able to close what he has done, and that is where we are now.
How are his wife and children doing the last few?
As you can see here, currently the body is in there. The wife is also there with family and friends, trying to console her. And for us, we all know she's not taking it lightly, and it's not easy. For those of us even who are his younger brothers, it's not easy for us, let alone the wife. So it's not easy. That's why she's been surrounded with family members, friends. They are talking to her, consoling her. And as Muslim, as I said, to him we came from, and to him shall we all return.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. So,
and so a bit more in terms of reactions from the family home of the late MP, and you heard the Chief Judge, I was a member of Parliament as well, speak to detail as to what it is that is expected to happen in the coming days, particularly today, where on the Kanda Highway the prayers will be offered for him as well as laying him to rest and amongst many other things. But let's bring you a bit more in terms of other matters from here and get you a sense of everything else that's been happening, particularly in relation to some shooting incidents as well at Aboso in the part of the country, the Presiahuni Valley area. The NPP chair of the area has been providing a bit more in terms of details. The story is by Freeman Koyekpo Ablesu, and it reads that the New Patriotic Party chairman of the Presiahuni Valley constituency in the Western region, Mr. Abiam Dantu Kuntu, has denied any involvement in a shooting incident in Aboso that left several people injured at Aboso. He described allegations linking him to the alleged sale of an abandoned mine shaft at Aboso to the Chinese-owned mining firm Global Ore Industries Limited as politically motivated and false. The abandoned shaft was previously operated by Goldfields Limited. Speaking in response to the claims, Mr. Kuntu questioned why he was being accused by the resident at Aboso when, according to him, the area has a sitting member of parliament, Awuzom Kujo, and a municipal chief executive, Dr. Matthew Kufiaya, who directly oversee gold mining related activities. Mr. Kuntu insisted that he is the rightful owner of the concession at Aboso, but he didn't sell the concession to anyone. In terms of developments from elsewhere for you this morning as well. Also, we know that fire gutted part of the Kaswa New Market yesterday. We can't bring you details of that as well. A fire outbreak has swept through part of the Kaswa New Market, prompting an emergency response from the Ghana National Fire Service. In a statement shared on its official Facebook page, the National Fire Service said personnel from the fire station were immediately deployed to the scene to contain the blaze. The service further disclosed that all available fire tenders and water pumps from Accra were dispatched to support ongoing firefighting efforts as firefighters battle the inferno from there. And that is also extra detail for you this morning as well from here. But in other matters, the Republic Press is reporting some breakaways ahead of the NPP primaries, which is slated for January 31 of this month. There's been a lot of prophecies in relation to who wins that, different conversations from different quarters, and we'll hear from some of the comes a lot later, but the campaigning is expected to heat up a lot more from now until the 31st of January. And so we here will be seeking to provide details for you as it all goes down. But ahead of all that, Dr. Mawuena Sixtus has been touring part of the northern region, and he's been receiving some endorsements from different individuals and groupings. Let me just walk you through that story right now, because Dr. Mawuena Sixtus' flag bearer campaign has gathered fresh momentum in the northern belt following a wave of open endorsement from delegates across the Upper East, Northeast, and Northern regions just weeks before the party's internal election scheduled for the end of the month. The growing support crystallized during the U-tide period when Dr. Ampofo embarked on an intensive round of engagement with party delegates and grassroots operatives, including key meetings in Walewale, Talensi, Bongo, Mandan constituency, Yoyo, Naswan, and Bankurugu, with outreach extending into the Northeast region. Party insiders say the festive season tour was strategic, allowing the campaign to reach delegates who had returned home for the holidays. The engagement reportedly drew constituency executives, polling station coordinators, and opinion leaders, many of whom publicly expressed what they described as regret over earlier political positions and declared support for Dr. Ampofo. In Walewale, delegates openly endorsed the campaign, citing Dr. Ampofo's consistent presence, organizational strength, and perceived ability to broaden the party's national appeal ahead of the next general election. Similar endorsements were recorded in Talensi and Bongo, where constituency level actors pledged to mobilize support ahead of the internal polls. And so there'll be a bit more of such going forward in terms of expectations from the NPP But we know as well that the president has declared this year as one of strategic developments. Let me say a good morning to the one and only Noble Crosby-Annan.
Why is the chair taking me down? I refuse to go down.
Oh no, I think you can switch it. You can switch it just quickly. Noble Crosby-Annan has joined us in studio as well.
Happy New Year, Senior.
Yeah, many happy returns. It's good to see you. It's the first time.
2026. The first time I'm seeing you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are unwell.
Yes.
It's good to know you are fine now.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be back.
Yeah.
But it won't be for long as well.
It is okay. Let's continue.
Oh, you don't allow me to.
Let's continue with the Daily Times. The front page of the Daily Times newspaper.
We just need the details.
A lot of the stories.
We just need the details. Yeah, you are gagging me. You are gagging me, but Kwame Jantua was the residence of the late MP. I just want, whilst you try and get the details of the papers, let's get just quick hearing of what he as well had to share from the residence yesterday.
But I knew he was sick. His wife is on our board, so I knew he was sick. And we've been talking about him, me and his wife, just to see how he was doing. So it's come as a shock that he's gone. We didn't expect it because he was getting better. The last time I spoke to Hajia, he was getting better. So it's a shock.
What's your fondest memory with him?
I didn't really know him that well. I just knew him in Parliament. So I didn't have a relationship with him. I have a relationship more with Hajia because she's on the board of Sankofa. Yes, but it's sad. Another by-election, right? But anyway, in the Muslims, they bury tomorrow, right? Yes, please. So I guess that's what's going to happen. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And so that's Kwame Jantua as well, who was at the residence. Unfortunate in terms of the development, but in all things, I think we just give thanks to God.
Yeah. He has been a long-serving member of Parliament, a lot of experience. And I'm talking about Alhaji Nasir Toure. He has been in Parliament since the 6th Parliament, has had says in a lot of things. He was a member of the 6th Parliament from 2013 to 2017 under the speakership of Edward Dowajaho. Then the majority leader was Alban Bagbin, replaced Benjamin Kumbo during that period. Oseiche Mensah Bonsu was also there. He was the minority leader at that time. And then the 7th Parliament, Michael Quay, he was the speaker. He was a member of that parliament as well. Had the majority leader to be Oseiche Mensah Bonsu, and then Haruna Idrisu as the minority leader. And then the 8th Parliament, Alban Bagbin. So he has served under 4 speakerships, but of course 2 of them were the same. Alban Bagbin in the 8th Parliament and then in the 9th Parliament. Well. It's sad, but I mean, God knows best. Yeah.
God knows best. And for our Muslim brothers, they sometimes, I'm tempted to say, they are able to embrace this a lot better than the Christian folk, because
they imbibe it in them from childhood.
Yeah.
So by the time they grow up, they are.
So because they have a, I don't want to call it a predisposition, but they are of the opinion that God gives, and if it is not the will of God,
it will not happen.
It will not happen. And so once it's happened, then it's the will of God, and so they accept that, and they're able to move on very quickly. Yes, there is grief. Yes, there's pain in the heart that you lost someone so dear, but they always find a very interesting way to be able to proceed, and lots of respect to them on that front. But there are quite a number of other details.
The gold board story, Mawuena. So the conversation keeps coming and it keeps going. That gold board has made losses.
Yeah.
People say it's not loss, it's cost. But the argument that I've heard recently is that if you're not making losses, what's the opposite of loss? Is profit,
yeah.
Right? So you say gold board earned
960 million cedis in 2025. That's according to Sami Gyamfi. I read to you the details. That's in page 5 of the Daily Times. The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Gold Board Company, Sami Gyamfi, has strongly denied claims that the institution incurred losses under the Gold for Reserves program, insisting that Gold Board ended 2025 with a substantial financial surplus. So he was speaking on Joy News File. He described reports alleging the $214 million loss as false and misleading, stressing that Gold Board, though not a profit-making entity, has not recorded any losses since its establishment. According to him, Gold Board generated over $960 million in revenue in 2025, while its total expenditure remained below 120 million cedis, based on unaudited management account. He explained that public institutions like Gold Board do not declare profits, but rather they declare surplus. He disclosed that the institution is on course to declaring a conservative surplus of between 700 million cedis and 800 million cedis, adding that the figures would be confirmed after external auditing. And that's the same position that the chair of the Economy and Development Committee of Parliament has also taken, that the minority and all of those raising concerns about what they're calling losses at Gold Board, they should wait. Somewhere in March of this year, Gold Board would come and render account to Parliament. And then all questions that they have to ask the CEO and everybody will have a clear understanding of the mandate and whether they are making losses, whether they are making profits, whether they are making surpluses, whether they are earning, whether it's cost, whatever lexicon you want to put there, it is entirely up to you. Wait until March. But there's the other leg of the conversation that if you're paying, it's an example, if you're paying good money, like huge sums of money, and you're getting proper benefits, is that not okay? Is that not...
What proper benefits is what? In terms of the economy and what it is, or
proper benefits in terms of, yes, in terms of the role of Gold Board, for instance. Even if Gold Board was making losses, even if, or it was incurring costs, or it was in debt, whatever it is, but then the work it is doing is being felt, the impact is there for everybody to see. You cannot take it away from Gold Board that it is playing a key role in the dollar rates, the performance of the city.
The performance of the city and how it's translated in terms of inflation and
so even if Gold Board is making what people are calling losses, costs, whatever you want to call it, even if it is doing that, but then we're seeing fuel prices now, petrol at 10 cedis, 86 pesos, diesel at 11 cedis, 96 pesos, from a high of somewhere 15 cedis, 16 cedis. People were even selling at 17 cedis at a point.
At different points in time.
You see, so if we're coming from that point up until now, and then we know that one of the key players is Gold Board, and then we know what the former administration, the Gold for Oil by Dr. Bawumia.
Gold for Oil and then Gold for Reserve. So there were two programs which were running.
Exactly. We know what impact it had. Did it have this much impact? We cannot say the same for the Gold.
Even though there were losses in that regard as well.
So I think we have to acknowledge that it is working within its mandate. It is having a positive impact. Of course, there are concerns. If there are losses, that shouldn't be. There are some, it's legitimate to raise those, but that should not, overcrowd the advantages that we're seeing from the work of Gold Board and Sami Gyamfi.
Well, I think it's fair. It's fair the point you make that realistically when we look at it, and also because the finance minister has been speaking and made reference to the fact, crediting Gold Board and its CEO for the excellent work that's been done, and making the argument that look, what he's done in 1 year is something that would have taken lots of people between 5 years and what have you to have done. And so that's very positive in terms of the forex it's been able to make available to help us shore up the city. And if you look closely, realize that in December we saw the currency perform strategically again, and within that period the government cleared some Eurobond debts that we had to settle.
Yes, it did.
Right? So we're able to do that before even the time we were supposed to do that, because the city had performed creditably. And so in terms of city denomination, how much we're supposed to spend, had it been around 11, 12, thereabout, would have been more. We brought it down to 10 thereabout, and it helped settle the debts and what have you. The Bank of Ghana has announced that, look, going into this year, we have $1 billion ready to sell to the market to ensure that the currency continues to remain stable, because this was one of the requirements. The IMF said, look, the blanket interventions within the market, which is not known, we want it to be communicated, targeted, and there to be direction to it. And so since then, the BOG has been doing that. The area of concern, which, as much as we will praise the gold board, which a lot of individuals have done and will continue to do, is the other leg of the conversation about how do we prevent the losses of this nature
exactly. That's the crux of the conversation.
From repeating itself. Because yes, these are costs. And if you want to wait or compare it to inflation dropping to about 6.something%, we're yet to have the Ghana Statistical Service provide details for the month of December of 2025. But all throughout the year, starting from 23.something% down to 6%, there's a lot of positive in that regard. And so you can argue and say a 2 billion cedis cost, and the macro indicators of the economy pointed to the right direction, is something that, well, we can all look forward to and say that if that is all it takes, then we will stomach it, right? But there's the other leg which we both agree that, can we look at this in another direction and say that we can do this and have all of these positive indicators and still reduce that? Because there's always a chance to do better and do more.
School, primary school,
Oliver Twins. The report got room for improvement.
That's the entire thing.
Yeah.
But we are stretching it plenty. What everybody is telling Samiji and and Gold Board is that you're doing well. We like what you're doing, but there's more room for improvement. If A is from 80 to 100, and then you have gotten at A, it could mean you have gotten 80% or you have gotten 99%. You have gotten 80%. We want you to get the 99%. So just do better. That's all we're saying. We're not saying stop what you're doing, or because we are talking about it, reduce your commitment levels or something. No, that's not what we're saying, and I'm sure that's not what they're even thinking.
Yeah.
All we're saying is that if there's a way to reduce the cost, to reduce the losses, to reduce the investment, something, do it. But still, let us see the benefits of what you're doing, like we're already doing it. So
Absolutely.
It's simple, more room for improvement.
There's always room for improvement, and it dominated the conversations from this weekend. I'll be very honest. Everybody's been talking about
press conference by the ranking member of the committee, Fujopo Nkrumah. It was responded to by the chairman of the committee, and then Samiji, if he was on key points that weekend to also talk about it, and then just over
this
the weekend he was also speaking about it. So, well, a lot of the concern too, according to Samiji, is that the mandate or the object of Gold Board is not clearly understood by many. So people want to misinterpret or misexplain it through no fault of theirs. Maybe they've not been, educative enough.
But I also think there's a need for them to own the narrative, right?
Of course, yeah.
And one of the reasons why we had this level of confusion as to the work of Gold Board and this entire debate as to a loss or no loss by the activities of Gold Board is who owned or who championed the conversation. We all got to know about this $214 million loss from the IMF country report.
Exactly.
It wasn't the government of Ghana or the Gold Board which made this revelation. Yes, when I think about it, the argument can be made that the 2025 financial year we may have ended 2025, but the accounts and audits as to be able to declare that this is what we posted for everything in terms of 2025, in terms of economic indicators and whether or not entities made profits or losses. There are projections.
Yes.
But the conclusive evidence will be around the first quarter of 2026. And so, as much as I make the argument about owning the narrative, I'm also torn between asking the question, will this have been reported in the first quarter of 2026 for Ghanaians to know and for government and the gold board to own the conversation? That's something I cannot tell as I'm seated here. But it is one thing hearing this from the IMF, and then everybody asks, okay, $240 million at the prevailing exchange rate, that's in excess of $2 billion.
Yes.
Jeez. How did that happen? You have made a loss. This, that. And the initial reaction, this is speculative, it's unaudited, blah, blah, blah. Because the IMF doesn't generate their own data. They get it from our officials. And so if you provide the details and they proceed to put that in their report, when you say it's speculative, I'm sorry, that will not wash because they got the data from you. But the challenge is that you didn't own it.
IMF published it. I'm sure there was some correspondence.
Yes, there'll be correspondence. And so if you say it's speculative, it's unaudited and all of that, then you're not being forthright in terms of owning the communication. And there are so many instances where, because you do not own the communication, there's always an example, right? And I'll use a relationship as if you have a sketchy past and you do not tell your partner does not hear it from you, but they hear it from somebody else, it is always bad.
The impact is very different.
But if they hear it from you, they're able to stomach it.
Yeah,
and then there can be conversations. Imagine if the government owned the communication and said, oh, in all of our dealings, we are also incurring some losses as a result of this gold for reserve program. And this is how much potentially we could be losing. But these are the benefits and what have you. Compare it to seeing this reported in the IMF.
No smaller an entity than the IMF.
Exactly.
It will carry a lot of
exactly.
weight.
And so that's where I also see that.
So if I let me what Mawuena is saying, I want to use Mawuena himself for an example. Like what Mawuena is saying is that Mawuena finds some wife be, and then Mawuena goes to have some child outside the marriage, and the Mawuena does not tell the wife, and then the wife goes to find out. You see, the impact is different. The wife going to find out is the IMF coming to tell Ghanaians that Sana Gold Board was incurring. But if Mawuena in this case, Mawuena the Gold Board goes to tell the wife, Ghanaians, that, oh, my wife, I'm going to have this.
Oh my goodness! That's of all the but I dealt with the hypotheticals, so I don't know why you are deciding to flesh in hypotheticals on a morning like this. But yeah, essentially that's just.
See, the Daily Democrat is also talking about Gold Board, and then the headline you mentioned, only one firm met Gold Board aggregator criteria, and that is on pages 3, 5, and 10. Over the week too, people have been talking about how it is only one aggregator company there is, and how it is not transparent. The selection process was shrouded in secrecy, and all of that. What the response Sammy Gyamfi is giving to this is that we have standards that if you want to be an aggregator, you need to meet. In fact, being an aggregator is one of the most important works in the operations of Gold Board. So we have standards that you have to meet. If you don't meet that standard, you cannot be an aggregator. He has explained that Bar Rock Company Limited was the only firm that satisfied the eligibility requirement for an aggregator license during Gold Board's inaugural year of operations in 2025. So addressing concerns raised by the minority in Parliament Mr. Jemfi stated that assertions suggesting Gold Board intentionally created a monopoly system from a misunderstanding of the board's gold trading and licensing framework. According to him, Gold Board operates a 4-tier gold buy license regime comprising tier 1 buyers, tier 2 buyers, self-financing aggregators, and then aggregators. It shows that all 4 categories are authorized to purchase gold on behalf of Gold Board, not aggregators alone. And then he explained that tier 1 buyers are grassroots operators licensed to buy gold directly from licensed small-scale miners, while the tier 2 buyers may purchase from both miners and tier 1 buyers. So this tier 1 buyer would go directly, tier 1 buyer would go directly to the licensed small-scale miner, buy the gold from them. Tier 2 buyers can go directly to the licensed small-scale miner, buy the gold from them, and also can buy the gold from the tier 1 buyer. That's the explanation he's giving. And then the self-financing aggregators, he noted, use their own capital to buy gold for Gold Board. Unlike aggregators who are largely financed by board to undertake purchases, he disclosed that in 2025, Gold Board issued 900 gold buy licenses in total. But this is the breakdown: 269 to tier 1 buyers, 578 to tier 2 buyers, 52 to self-financing aggregators, and 1 aggregator license. He revealed that although 31 applications were submitted for the aggregator category, only Bower Rock Company Limited met the required criteria for approval during the period under review. The CEO further clarified that aggregator license approvals are not determined by him in his capacity as chief executive. He explained that while management evaluates applications and make recommendations, the governing board of Gold Board is the body mandated to approve or reject licenses. He added that the aggregator licensing window remains open, emphasizing the number of approved aggregators change over time. And licenses, he said, may be suspended or revoked where necessary, and additional applicants can be approved once they meet the stipulated standard. So that's the explanation he's giving for the aggregator back and forth.
So a lot of all the conversations, particularly from the weekend, involving Gold Board and its related activities, and most certainly one that we will keep our eyes on here, and the conversations that will come from it subsequently as well. You have a final detail before we go?
I want to touch on this. The health news segment in the Daily Times. Health experts warn against self-medication. So cautioning Ghanaians against the growing practice of self-medication, stressing that it can pose serious risks to health. He explained that self-medication without professional guidance can lead to misdiagnosis and inappropriate treatment. So just be careful. If you want to treat something, if you suspect you have something, test for it, okay, when you have it, and then you begin treatment from qualified personnel. There's also another one, that alcohol's grip on teens, a silent crisis unfolding.
Teens?
Yes, teens. Alcohol consumption among Ghana's youth is emerging as silent but deadly crisis. You know that the laws regulating underage drinking, regardless, many teenagers across the country, they are still accessing alcohol with alarming ease. If you go to some senior high schools, based on their location, there's like 3 bars around them. So it is very easy for them to access alcohol. In fact, it was something that the youth minister spoke about, Pablo, last year when he was launching the State of the Youth Address. That's the maiden edition. He spoke about how disturbing alcohol and drugs are very accessible to the youth, to teens in particular. Schools and communities report rising incidents of fights, accidents, and academic decline linked to alcohol abuse among students. Teachers express concern that alcohol is eroding discipline and focus in classrooms. So we should be careful. Let's keep an eye on our children. Charlie, if you are 14 and drinking alcohol, then if you If you reach 25 and you're not employed, you kill yourself.
Norman Crossfield and helping us with the papers. I'll talk to you about Rosebank International University pretty quickly, and then we will get into your phone calls for us this morning. 055-924-2717, 055-691-0154. But there's a world-class university right here in Ghana, Rosebank International University, a strong South African university and a brand of the AdVTech Group, Africa's largest private education provider with 146 schools across 5 African countries and over 100,000 learners, and partly owned by the World Bank through the IFC. Rosebank International University is fully accredited by the South African Qualifications Authority, the British Accreditation Council, GTEC in Ghana, City and Guilds in the UK, and Capsicum Culinary Studio. At Rosebank International University, we offer a Doctor of Business Administration DBA, Master of Science MBA, and Master of Philosophy in Digital Marketing, Bachelor of Supply Chain Management, targeting professionals in freight forwarding, customs, etc. We offer hospitality and culinary arts available at diploma, undergraduate and postgraduate levels. Our ICT as PSC, Information Technology and Business Systems, and IT Computer Application Development, all carefully designed to equip you with the skills and qualifications needed for a successful global career. Our mission is simple: inspiring excellence. Admissions are now open for January 2026. Visit our modern campus at Airport Commercial or Pebia House, Accra, or apply online at www.riuc.edu.gh. Rosebank International University, building global citizens. So take me on to the phone lines right now, and we're going to pick your calls this morning as well. 055-924-2717, 055-691-0154. Hello, good morning. I have a very first call on the telephone line.
Hello. Good morning.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, Eja Ebeta. But you're from Prekasa Primary Aristocrat, and those who barrier.
Prekasa, it's good to have you call us. Talk to us this morning.
But your mama Fishapa. Na ma on my Ghana last year. Na Mincham constituency chairman, in fact, ended that it's just tall where the Kasua New Market, and it was very devastating one. But we thank the way National Fire Service on way there for their swift way, and the MC and the MP or moving home or Moshama. That devastating way, and too much. I had an amen. Last year, my boy 83, and the way I can media general Basso. I try from account with it. No boy, my jandam, and 2 months so seat. Based on the Damahama Nabay or Bayer, Yako, who ye are young scandal. Then no, I said the year Christmas. Our Bank of Ghana and the Gold Board, our bomber reserves. And nature Mokra and Confuse the Mancasa will be brave with you. It's the man boy with the Christmas and Confuse the Christmas and Ancasa. And then he has a say. I saw mine. And our MPP are bank. The same good for oil, then there, most of them, the main priority there is in Cabeza Brad in the city. And now the fuel prices are above ma. They be a motor fuel. Even as of last year, another year, a year before, year before Christmas, now on what to fuel. They don't have to fuel. Even New Year, Mahama, as I had to fuel. And then you should be than them, and you have to be upon Kumaya Pressano. Upon Kumaya from that town, no more. Omlo Krum no much sense me there. Whatever some agency said, with the gains a good board and the Bank of Ghana or Maya Magana for Yangasa Yanwaya Dang High. I was in there without the levy, when you had to go to a bomb, without the betting tax, and you had to go to a bomb, without the missing tax, and you had to go to a bomb, without the COVID tax on both way bomb.
Thank you very much for calling as well. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Honorable Mawuena Sixtus.
Give us your name and where you're calling us from, and a happy new year to you, big man.
Thank you, the same to you. But your friend is Bright, Mikasafri Abusokai.
Bright, it's good to have you call us. Talk to us.
Midasi Bebe, Mema, Honorable Johnny, Mema, happy New Year. Na Mama, Honorable Alaji Yaukundo, in charge of operation. Happy New Year, Honorable Peter T. and Honorable Alaji Raouf and Honorable Courage and Lawyer Zuma. Whatever, my mom na happy New Year. I mean, say I feel we are room. Nyama beko unem share MPP for eya omo kasa dodo. Ye wo my way mo e na omo bu o my way 8 years. Share Excellency John Samani mama. Ne 1 year out by share my papa oye. Me pacho MPP good for oye no. Etniti fu aso e de magana for ana. Go for oye no. Etini ma dollar eba for mana. Etini my economy no enya honde ana. Se yanya aban papa na ushe Honorable Sami Jenfi good board CEO ejumadi a waye any Honorable Atufosi na ene menu kasei fuwe aba from dollar aba from yefide na anya honde ama obi kasa MPP for manya no kasa yesemu bebi edu no munya jadam bia enfan tro enfan ba power se mu be kanu kra mun kanu kra she Christmas ya ekodi ye she nipa enijia eba o man Ghana mo.
Thank you.
Etiem ya bo pa ye say Excellency John Damani mama nyama papa o ye 2026 you to know do na betimi anya ejuma ye.
Thank you. Thank you as well for calling, Bride. Hello, good morning.
Mawuena.
Yes, sir. Good morning to you. I trust that you're well. Happy New Year to you.
Same to you, my good brother. This is Lincoln.
Mr. Lincoln, thank you very much for calling. Talk to us as well this morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. My greetings to all of you out there, media general. We enter the new year. And I will use this opportunity to thank all Ghanaians and all the media houses across the country. Irato Safari of Joy FM is doing well. Last week, some 5 men were arrested pretending to be 9 months guards. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a good news for the fight against Galamsey and those who want to bribe Keneboa and Water Guard. We are telling them that this year they will not get it easy. The Chinese men that have been arrested last week, and then somebody is trying to say that they have no interpreter or whatever, so they should release them. We are appealing to the IGP and security agencies to make sure those Chinese are properly dealt with, including Ghanaians who are involved in this destruction. And I'm surprised it's only Rasosasare that is in the jungles doing this job with the security agencies. Media general, you also have a role to play because you are one of the best media houses in this country. We have a lot of media houses across the country. We have hundreds of journalists. So why is it that Rasosasare is the only person following these people in the bush? So I'm also encouraging you to also contribute your quota.
Thank you.
Keneboa and his people are doing very well.
Thank you, Mr. Lincoln, as well for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm doing well. Happy New Year to you, Papa Bisu. I trust that all as well.
Happy New Year to you too and your team. And all Ghanaians who really voted for the NDC to come to power. If not, Charlie, we'll be buying petrol around maybe 25 cents per liter. But with the good work of the Bank of Ghana Governor, Dr. Joseph Siama, was listening to all reports and things like that. I realized that the measure that the Bank of Ghana Governor put in place really helped relative to this gold board issue. Helped the city to be that strong. Just imagine, even in Iran, the citizens are poor against their leaders, based on the fact that their currency is really suffering against the dollar. You understand me? So it's not about maybe the dollar is weak all over the world. No, it's because of the good work of the management of this very economy, especially the governor of Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Siama, Dr. Appiah-Ampofo, and then the CEO of Gold Board, Sami Jemfi. Fact of the matter is, like I told you some time ago, you'll be asking me, why am I always attacking Kojo Nkrumah?
Because he's not here to respond, and he's not a subject matter.
The fact of the matter is, whether he's not here to respond, listen, his negative activity is really creating problems in the country, and we have to check him. See, Mawuena, I've been in this game. I've been around for quite a long time. When he was at Joy FM, I did a 1-month demonstration against him in Kwekubako because of certain things that he was doing.
Right.
You get what I'm trying to say? So I know him very, very well.
Thank you very much, Papa. I appreciate you calling as well. Looks like we may have lost the other individual on the telephone line as well. You can call us as well. 055-924-2717, 055-691-0154. Those are the numbers by which you can reach us. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from, and Happy New Year to you as well.
Sorry, thank you. This is your friend, Claude, calling from Zedunpon Katamanso.
Claude, thank you very much for calling. Talk to us as well this morning.
Yeah, and I don't pay the Namiasi, so I mean, the young 2026. Namiasi, and Mama Bravo, some Soya Humachi at the Bejuma, no bomb who bind, on bomb who bind the Biasa, and a journey. Mayade, Maminchia, on a boutique, a from Katamansu Mayo, and I don't pay, and a Chamajo. Upon Kroma, Nene, and now all year no. A man in your one, Yenim Fitty, Mebra, Yenim Fitty. She said, yeah, on my moon, Betty Miakami, and maybe a trim, ye did Brunya, said your on my mutier. By this time, she said, your man, ye did Brunya, my woman say yes, ye did Brunya. And you on my moon, Brunya da Cramponi, a Tifu, or so the Mayan. Now, you will my moon on my penny be best in ya. Ye did Brunya, now bonus or the Maya see a Tufu. Montimian Cache. And then Sami Jemfi Juma Wabo. Sami Jemfi Juma Wabono. As less than 1 year Wabon, as who dear boy the whole 8 years. And the Enviness, Bank of Ghana, man, your doctor, she a Juma Wabo, she after forcing a Juma Wabo.
Right.
Less than 1 year and compress 8 years. And to Mumaya Sumuja,
Thank you as well for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mawuena Sixtus. Happy New Year to you, Crosby, Yi Ellen, John Hughes, and all the media general crew for the yeoman job last year. Many happy. This year too, you do a fantastically job to save Mother Ghana. Many
happy returns, and it's good to have you call us. Talk to us as well this morning.
Thank you. Let me also say Happy New Year to my bosses, Honorable Azuma of Gapoha, Deputy Chief Executive, Temashi Piat, Honorable Akwesi Peter, Honorable Kari TDC Boss, my MP, Honorable Elikuma Klugu, and Honorable Agbo of Guys. May God richly bless you guys. This year, I know you do a yeoman job because you have joined good governance. You made it, and last year, the Christmas was very enjoyable. See, things were able to be afforded compared to what we witnessed under 2024. So we pray for the government that this year things will go on more well than even what we witnessed in 2025. And you see, Mawuena, for me, I'm so happy. Let me also thank Father in Heaven for adding a year to my year because I share same birthday with Roland on the 3rd. I had my 43rd birthday, and I thank God for it that I'm also alive. Although things are not all that as I want, but I'm so happy because for once, I've witnessed a good governance. You see, and I'll plead with Upon Nkrumah. See, let me tell you something. They can never be like the NDC in opposition.
Thank you.
When we were in opposition, things that we were saying, we get it's actually right.
Thank you as well, Edmund, for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Give us your name. Freeman.
Calling from Accra, New Town.
Freeman in Accra, New Town. It's good to have you call us. Happy New Year to you. Talk to us as well this morning.
Happy New Year. Make local language, look Accra with the Tree language. Also, your comment be Obi can say upon Kuma or about it upon Kuma now. Who say he's not here to defend himself, but he's not here. But we are discussing what he has said on radio, and then people are asked to comment. You understand? So when we comment about
you see,
Kuma,
Eben commented about Upon Kuma. I didn't have an issue with it. When it gets personal and you want to attack the person of the individual, that's not acceptable. And so I will stop you in your tracks when you want to proceed. That's all I meant. And so you can make your comments, but you can't attack on any individual on whatever platform it is. When the person is not there.
That is fine. But they should speak what the government is doing, the good things that the government is doing, and we say the bad come by, but they want to create something as if there is bad thing going on because there's no scandal, there's nothing going on bad for them to criticize. So why are they talking? I'm good, I'm okay. For
all right, thank you as well for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from, and a happy New Year to you as well.
I pray to have many happy returns so that this will not be like last year. Even though last year was far better, but I hope this year is going to be excellent. Mawuena.
Yes, sir.
I am Toto Pachi, Ashima Sodo Kanable. I am calling from Domekwabinya, basically Taifa. Mawuena, let me say a very good morning to my very dearest people this morning. It's Honorable Agbo of Domekwabinya, the MCA. Father, may God bless you and protect you. I want God to enlarge your thinking so that the good cause that you started in the community, as far as Domekwabinya is concerned, the good things that you have started doing. When you came, some abandoned maternity ward has been refurbished and in action working now. Before it was just a dumping area and rebase for the reboys. But right now you've made it a useful asset. Thank you for that one. And then to Adam Benefia, the commander NADMO, the director of NADMO in Domekwabinya. Lastly to Chairman Joe of Ashama Communication. Something. Good board has come to stay. Indeed, this young man called Samijan Fear, may God Almighty and our ancestors protect him for lead the NDC and Ghana as well. You know, upon Kuruma, whatever he wants to do, the MPP, they can do whatever they want to do. You know something? It is just because of democracy. But I'm saying this in Chi. Democracy is Indian Sanka. So is it because of democracy? This tiny Microsoft minority should be disturbing and doing unnecessary things in the parliament just because of democracy? This is the question everybody is asking. Because we give majority, absolute majority to John Dramani so that he can reset the Ghana that we want. So we are not going to allow this witchcraft to mislead anybody in this country. So they should be very careful. If they have something else to do, they should do in support of the government instead.
Thank you very much as well for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bauder.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from. And if you could reduce the volume on your radio set, Jana One. Happy New Year to you as well. Talk to us this morning. Hello. Jana One, I think you have to call us back. The line to you is not really great, and so kindly work on that for us and then call us back. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from. Happy New Year to you.
This is Frank Nero, Domimero.
Frank Nero, talk to us as well this morning.
I'm a baby. I'm more about sure the phone like what the story Yamian saw me from now, maybe to that Yamisha. I'm in some more Bishapa.
I think I'm between.
Bishapa. Yeah, Nanya, I'm up. Ever so you have that. Oh, my man, I'm a punk one, now on your Swatiama, what is
Amen. Amen. Amen.
My boss, Honesty Commission CEO, Mr. Brown, the man of Fisher, and you know, I can bring you a year, then I could find for me. Yes, my deep papa, with the Honesty Commission CEO, the Bonabato. Anna, my papa, maybe via Mr. Primo, directing some on a zoo to castle, on a zoo, and I'm feature my Joe, I shall my communication officer. Greater collective test, on a Zuma Brunei.
Fanero, it looks like you are giving shout outs to all the people who made your Christmas special.
That's what 1.2. You pay away your day. You say, about to get you a so. Mamma, me, who see about to papa. And next, and everyone will get down and any young province that will have it all. And look at that train again, not in your provinces. Back in market day. And everyone will get 1,000. I have enough provinces.
Right.
You pay your for them, say, among more papa.
Thank you. Thank you very much as well, Frank Nero. Hello, good morning. Looks like we may have lost that individual as well on the telephone. I can pick a few more before we run out of the studio. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Hello, Mawuena.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Give us your name and where you're calling us from. Happy New Year to you. Yes. By God's grace. All is well.
Thank you. Me patro Johnny ni Mrs. Omina
God's grace, everybody is fine.
Yamamo Fishapa. Amicia Madin Beakugan. Nampim. Honorable for Swampofo. Chamatu Sojare. You are Shama Munina Yamama Fishapa, Mr. Brown Munina Yamama Fishapa Kujaduku. Open in fact, Mawuena, where no crassa make us a free caswa. But the MP the one of the switchina. Mawuena, in fact, me who I say, me who tell me, the Nyama me Muslim, but me who no phone, and just me to say, I will be here to bring because me bought a banabaso. And to create a man, no much me yank, and my brunei, it will call yes, and my gun of forming people, Yamon Husampa, only Diponia, only bigger. No, one cut up on Yanko in century, you crazy see them. For the 1st January, what Bakwasimu, young was the 1st January, is what on us. 2nd January, in so also toy. 3rd January, in so toy. Uncle Pessimu, the Swiss when Yanko Pama dear. It's about a banabaso. And Yomu to ya, and my getting me near is Hannah. Young said that you be Ramadamu. I can't be less than 45 days. Near the Ramadamu. When I mean, you win it, I'll be gentle.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much as well. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mawuena.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from. Happy New Year to you.
Happy many returns. This is your brother, Nana Amwa, calling from Boy in the Eastern region.
And Amako, it's good to have you call us. Talk to us.
Mawuena, did I remember Basso? My Fuma, I am Media General, Mayama or my Ghana. Namincha Yura, Kennedy, a compare from Edjapon, and Yura, and our watch, Edjap Income National, Chama for MPP. Mawuena, didn't the Ghana Hano, and I know prayer, and I am pay. And now say, Yahoo, can yank and want them. Mawuena, must say because and that Ghana economy, I am here for an extra so. And yet IMF and the Ghana economy, and the IMF of the say, oh my Ghana, Gold Board, Jaboka, $240 million. And yet IMF of the guy. And this is the IMF of the guy, oh my Ghana, Aboka, $240 million. And then I think here, and that you can't say you do your Ponkuma Atomy. My Ghana, Aboka, $40 million here. And can find a new there, oh my Ghana, Aboka, or good board.
Are you still with us?
And it's about so. And can you see Mosu and say, no, $40 million. And if you hear the man, I shall say, yes, no, more money on the president as one of your mangana home because of Mano, you never saw your money there. You book your money there. Say, by the Macassa, God, what I'm going to yam for say, dear, on Comic, I say, I buy no idea. Well, maybe I just for about almost can want them. Mauna, you can control your home. No man,
thank you very much. I'll pick my final caller for the morning, and then Billy Shen is here. He's very excited. We'll get into all of that pretty shortly. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mawuena.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from. A happy new year to you, my brother.
Happy new year to you too. This is Don calling from Tema.
Don in Tema, you're my final caller for the morning. Talk to us today.
Thank you. What I want to say is that let the MPP bleed. They are bleeding, and we all understand. You see, when they were in power, they were treating Ghanaians like slaves, and they were behaving like slave masters. So much pride and arrogance. Now, they are in opposition, and you see the way they are bleeding, making noise all over the place. Please, tell Opon Kuma to be quiet. They should keep quiet and leave Ghanaians to enjoy. We've suffered for too long. This is the time for Ghanaians to enjoy. They should leave us to enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you as well, Don, for calling. Don is my final caller for this morning. And like I mentioned, Billy Shen is very excited. Very, very excited. He's here to do sports for us, but I'm sure he has a few words as well to share with us. Talk to us. Oh, you not say anything. You come and do the sport, eh?
Charlie, first, shake my hand. Thank you for a job well done.
Why argue with an Arsenal fan?
No. I have to.
You are thanking me for a draw with Manchester City yesterday.
It's a job well done.
Which puts you in how many points ahead? 6,
yes.
Right?
Yes. At first it was 2.
6 points, right?
In the space of a week, it's changed to 6.
6. That's fantastic.
Yes. And very soon it will increase to 8 or 9.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Like I have always maintained, I will not argue with an Arsenal fan. I prefer to wait for the season to end because he who laughs last laughs best.
Wait for the season to end,
and that's where
in May I'll be here talking about how
sessions. In May we'll all be here by God's grace.
How we went on to win our first league title since 2004. Yeah, you know, almost all our players are back from injury. Oh my goodness! And City just lost 2 players to injury. Even better. It should be fun.
He who laughs last laughs best is my word of caution to Billy Shen. So how many trophies are you racking this season?
Oh, at least 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've seen some of your fans say you're doing all 4. I just wanted to pick your thoughts on that as well. But I mean, for me, here we day. I mean, I do not talk much. But like I always maintain, he who laughs last laughs best, and we'll be here for the trophy lift.
Oh yes.
Of Arsenal.
Thank you.
When they do win the EPL.
Oh
right?
yes, thank you.
First time in 20 plus years.
Yes.
Right. Billy Shen is here. He will do sports for us. After which we'll be back with a bit more for you here on the 3FM Sunrise. He who laughs last laughs best.
Good morning. Welcome to Sport here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Bill Ishen. We begin on the domestic scene where Medeama SC ushered in the new year in style with a hard-earned win over Hearts of Oak. A result that sees the Takwa Bay side end the first round of the Ghana Premier League at the top of the standings, holding a slip 2 points lead. Here is a report by my colleague Mawuena Sixtus, who rounds up all the major talking points from the match centers across the country over the weekend.
So, match day 17 of the Ghana Premier League actually ends the first round of this league, and it was ended here beautifully as Medeama took on Hearts of Oak. A big clash, KG encounter. Hearts of Oak coming into this game were fifth, and Medeama were on top of the table, and we're looking at consolidating their effort or status at the top of the Ghana Premier League. But it was a KG first half, 50-50 affair. The second half 10 are different because former Hearts of Oak midfielder Salim Adams was the one that scored the only goal for the Miners as Medeama won by a goal to nil. But the head coach of Hearts of Oak is not perturbed by the results and says that they will do their homework as they approach match day 18. There were other results played in match day 17 of the Ghana Premier League. Asante Kotoko, surprisingly, they were at the Swedro venue and they took on All Blacks. They lost by 2 goals to 1. And Ediana were also home to Vision FC where they lost by a goal to nil. Baby Gold Stars, who are chasing Medeama or breathing down the neck of Medeama as far as winning the Ghana Premier League is concerned, also beat 11 Wonders by 3 goals to 2. Then we had Dreams FC also beating Holy Stars by 2 goals to 0. And the Bono Derby ended in favor of Bechem United because they won by a goal to 0 against Brekum Chelsea. Nations drew goalless with Karela, with Samatex getting 3 points against Young Apostles as they won by 2 goals to 0. As we know, All United drew with Heart of Lions on Friday, and that actually saw the back of Bashiru Tijani as the head coach of All United. First round of Ghana Premier League done, and that's said. We move on to the second round. That is match day 18, and it starts next week. It's live on TV3 and on your TV. Mawuena Sixtus from the TNA Stadium in Takwa.
That was a report by my colleague Mawuena Sixtus. Following Hearts of Oak's defeat to Medeama, the Phobians head coach Didi Dramani insisted his team deserved more from the game, praising their performance despite leaving empty-handed.
I wouldn't say so. I think that we don't deserve to lose. We controlled, greater part of the game. They also had their moments, and I think that they scored a very good goal. No, I think that there are so many aspects of the game that you can be impressed of, because you cannot control the game all the time. There will be times when you need to control the moment when the opponent is in charge, and I think that in that moment we gave away the ball, and that resulted into this.
That was Didi Dramani speaking. On the other bench, Medeama head coach Ibrahim Tanko highlighted the significance of the victory while assuring fans his side will approach the second round with the same intensity, even though he expects a tougher challenge ahead.
Very important, as you know. The game was a really tactical game. We have to, dig our mind till the 90th minute. But I think we have the most of the ball. We possess very well and then keep controlling the game. I think it's a deserved win for us. I think we are a team. If even the defenders will score the goals for us to get what we want, I think, like I said, our midfielders, how we play, definitely they will have a chance. If they make use of it, definitely they will score more goals. No, I think in the second round, we know that it's not going to be easy, but definitely we are going to prepare ourselves very well and then go game by game.
That was Ibrahim Tanko, the head coach of Medeama SC. Turning our attention to the continental stage, the race for AFCON glory is beginning to take shape as the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations enters the knockout phase. The round of 16 got underway on Saturday with Senegal and Mali sealing quarter-final spots after overcoming Sudan and Tunisia, respectively. Host Morocco also booked their place with a narrow win over Tanzania, while Cameroon edged past South Africa to keep their title hopes alive. Following their exits, South Africa's head coach Hugo Bruce voiced his frustration with the early elimination.
Everyone is very disappointed and sad that we are eliminated today. I think we had the right plan, and everyone saw that in the first half. We had 3 open chances in the first half an hour. Normally the game has to be done then, but when you miss those chances in that level, you pay the bill later. And we paid the bill with a lucky goal.
That was Hugo Bruce speaking. The knockout action continues later today as Nigeria face Mozambique, while Egypt host Benin in the other round of 16 fixture. Ahead of Nigeria's clash, Super Eagles head coach Eric Shell admitted there's pressure within the camp, but stressed the team is focused on taking the tournament one match at a time.
Since I took this job, I'm under pressure, so this is not the question about the GNFF, this is the question about the official and the group and me. Game after game, we want to become ambitious. We think about just the next game. We want to win the next game. And if God give us the chance to go to the quarterfinal, we will think about the quarterfinal. But now we think about this game against Mozambique, and we want to win this game.
That was Eric Shaw, the head coach of Nigeria's national team. Now, their captain, Wilfred Ndidi, echoed those sentiments, pointing to the strong mentality in the squad and noting that the players are not distracted by thoughts of reaching another final.
The spirit in the camp is high, and everyone is ready for this game. The group stage is gone, the competition starts now, so everybody's focus is on the next one. Let's talk about reality. The reality now is the next game. We don't want to start dreaming about the AFCON, the final, and forgetting the next game, because this next game takes us to where we want to be. So the main focus is the next game. We all said, the coach said also, the next game. And after the next game is still the next. There's still games to get to where we want to be. So we shouldn't dream about that one and then don't forget about the game we have at hand.
That's Wilfred Ndidi, the captain of Nigeria's national team. Switching gears to the English Premier League, match day 20 delivered several surprises in the title race. Arsenal tightened their grip with a tense 3-2 win over Bournemouth. Manchester City dropped more points after being held at home by Chelsea, while Liverpool and Fulham shared the spoils in an entertaining 2-2 draw. Manchester United's inconsistency continued as they were held by relegation-threatened Leeds United. City boss Pep Guardiola felt his side lacked the cutting edge needed to secure a victory against Chelsea.
I don't know what that means, because they scored a goal in the last minutes, and that's why we managed quite well in the first half. In the second half, they had 2 chances because we lost 2 balls in the beginning, but we misjudged in the talent players at the end. 2-1, 3-2. Too close, didn't create much. We were extraordinary in all departments, except we could not score the second or the third or the fourth that we had it in the first and the second half. So, of course, the second half make a step up. So the first half, they were a little bit more cautious. The second half, nothing to lose. We were more, and at the end, they found the reward.
That was Pep Guardiola, head coach of Manchester City. Now, Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta praised Declan Rice, applauding the midfielder's growing influence and leadership since his big money move to Arsenal.
Declan is constantly adding things to his game. He's constantly adding things to his role in the team. And I don't see where he can stop, because he can still improve in a lot of areas, and he wants to improve. So, he's such a pivotal player for us.
That was Mikel Arteta speaking. Now, Liverpool head coach Arne Slot remained upbeat, expressing satisfaction with his team's display despite dropping points.
I think we showed great resilience from the start. If you miss out on so many attacking options and you come here against Fulham, and they're a good team, having good ideas about football, and we hardly conceded a chance against them. I think they had one other chance in the second half when we maybe messed it up a little bit ourselves when they had a chip on the bar. But for the rest, I think we controlled the game. And yes, I would love us to create more from our ball possession. I can tell you this, my philosophy of football hasn't changed this year compared to all the seasons I was a manager before. But we have to do it with the players that we are available. And I think today 11 very good football players were on the pitch. Maybe not all of them in their normal position. But in the first half, they controlled the game. Just before they scored, we had exactly the same chance from Cody Gakpo, which went on the other side of the post. And in the second half, 2 disallowed goals, 2 goals scored, a header on the bar. So things to like, but the result is again not what we may deserved.
Question mark is there.
That was Arne Slot speaking. Now, Manchester United, the pressure continues to mount with manager Ruben Amorim calling on the club's hierarchy to give him the freedom to carry out his work without interference.
Came here to be the manager of Manchester United, not to be the coach of Manchester United. And that is clear. I know that my name is not Tuchel, is not Conte, is not Mourinho, but I'm the manager of Manchester United. And it's going to be like this for 18 months or when the board decided to change. So that was my point. I want to finish with that. I'm not going to quit. I will do my job until other guy is coming here to replace me.
That was Ruben Amorim speaking there. Over in Spain, Barcelona left its slate to beat city rivals Espanyol in the Catalan derby. Goals from substitutes Dani Olmo and Robert Lewandowski sealed the win, extending Barcelona's unbeaten run against Espanyol to 28 matches. Head coach Hansi Flick admitted his side were second best for large spells of the game.
I think the atmosphere was unbelievable. It was really good. It was a derby, and Espanyol played fantastic. So I can also say that we didn't deserve the 3 points, but at the end, the quality we bring on the pitch in the second half was fantastic. So at the end, the quality decided the game.
That was Hansi Flick, head coach of Barcelona. Elsewhere, Real Madrid produced a dominant display despite the absence of Kylian Mbappe, cruising to a 5-1 home win over Real Betis. The result keeps them firmly in the title hunt, 4 points behind leaders Barcelona. We wrap up with basketball, where the Detroit Pistons added another win to their record with a 114-110 victory over the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cade Cunningham starred with 27.6 rebounds and 7 assists, while Donovan Mitchell led the Cavs with 30 points. Off the bench, Dennis Jenkins proved decisive, knocking down 25 points on an outstanding 6 of 7 shooting from beyond the arc. Now, in another high-scoring affair, the Orlando Magic edged past the Indiana Pacers 135-127. Paolo Banchero recorded 28 points and 12 rebounds. Desmond Bain topping the scoring with 31 on efficient shooting, and Anthony Black chipped in with a 27 points, 10 assists, double-double to cap a strong team performance. That's it for the sports segment here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Bill Ishen. We'll see you same time tomorrow with more updates from the world of sports. Until then, have a great morning.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names.
Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego.
We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music,
the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure. Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Otonado!
Coming to the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Otonado!
Coming to the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Otonado!
Coming to the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Otonado!
Coming to the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names.
Our big conversation in a pretty short while. Thank you very much for staying with us on our respective social media handles as well. You're minded to send in your thoughts and messages as well on Facebook as well as on YouTube where we're streaming at. The agenda is the government statement, right? From the Foreign Affairs Ministry, the development in Venezuela and what have you. It's one of the many things we'll get into. Then we'll take you to the Kanda Highway, where the prayers are being offered for the late Ayawaso East Member of Parliament, Nasir Turi Mahama. We'll get you details of that as well.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure. Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Otonodo!
Come into the mountains. Sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7.
The big conversation on 3FM Sunrise. The big conversation on 3FM Sunrise.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure. Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Otonodo!
Come into the mountains. Sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure. Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Otonodo!
Come into the mountains. Sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Otonodo!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission
set the tone for us. Sixtus Ullo, as well as Noble Crosby Annan, are in studio with me. We'll get into the conversations for you right now.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Otonodo!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all.
You've not been a part of everything that's been happening. And when I say you've been in a cave, mostly it simply just means that perhaps you've not followed the news thoroughly as to the developments. There's been significant development on the global scene, right? And so over the weekend, we woke up to news, and it had been boiling for some time because one of the US's major carrier in terms of the ocean, which carries their military aircraft and what have you, was circulating around Venezuelan waters. They had surrounded the country for quite some time, and so it was building. But we woke up to news that there had been a swift operation undertaken by the U.S. authorities or the U.S. military, with President Trump fully aware of it, and they had captured the Venezuelan president and taken him to the U.S. and was a prisoner, if we can call it that. And there's been a myriad of reactions, particularly based on the reasons Donald Trump provided, because he spoke as well on the aftermath of the arrest and what they were seeking to do in Venezuela and why they went there to start off with. I want us to take a listen briefly to Donald Trump not in because it's 21 plus minutes. Just briefly, and then the rest of the guys are here. We'll pick thoughts because boards for interesting development on the international scene. But Crosby is here as well as Sixtus. Perhaps I'll do quick thoughts first, and then I'll go on to us having to hear from Mr. Trump just briefly. Sixtus is in a very Pan-African look. And so I suspect
I'm a Pan-Africanist, actually.
No, I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying the look today carries that extra.
Yeah.
And so perhaps it will be the starting point for us in carrying forward what Ghana's message has been. But let me let you in on it.
Until news editors decided to throw me into all sorts of, like the thing that they do to us. You go into the office and they say, go and do this demo. The next day, go and do this demolition. Go and cover this. I used to be a true Pan-Africanist journalist. But Mawuena, I want to correct you on something.
See, I used to be.
I used to, and it used to reflect, in my storytelling, in my dressing and everything.
Say that you were a Pan-African journalist, you were not making money, so you stopped to do other forms of journalism to get money.
Are there other forms of journalism?
But we don't have control as journalists. We don't have control over ourselves.
Where Mawuena is sitting, there's money there.
Well,
yeah,
I can only agree with you on that one.
See his jackets behind there.
Yeah, it is well. But Mawuena, when you say with President Trump in the known, you underestimate the gravity of the situation. You should say with President Trump authorizing it. You see, that's the same arrangement with all countries. An operation of such a magnitude cannot happen without presidential authorization. So this was not something that Trump just knew about. He authorized it. And it's a shame. They blasted Nigeria. We praised them. We said, because Nigerian army was not able, or government was not able to deal with the attacks on its citizens. So we applauded largely. We said, well done, Trump, for bombing Nigerian militant groups. We clapped. That applause was yet to die down when they entered into Venezuela. Now look at Venezuela. It's very rich in mineral deposits. In fact, I understand it has the highest or the biggest oil deposits.
1/5 of all of the world's crude.
Exactly.
Is in
Venezuela.
In fact, they have very heavy crude, and 1/5 of it. So if you divide the world into five. In terms
Venezuela
of all of the
controls the oil resources.
Yeah.
1 out of those 5 portions. And so that decision was not just a decision in the name of an intervention, and that word is so insulting.
Not to cut you, I mean, you'd continue, but see, there are, for theories that people use to analyze these things, there's the justification theory, as in what's on the face of the paper, what the motivation will be. For you to convince yourself to carry out something like this, or to try to convince others, you need to get a reason. What Donald Trump did was to label the Venezuelan president, was to put a tag on him, that he was doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. He was leading a drug cartel, all of those things, so that it will give some justification to go and attack.
Exactly.
But under it is the critical theory, the reality behind what he's going to do. So the attack or the labeling is just a face, but the real reason oftentimes is exploitation.
In simple English grammar, we say you give a dog a bad name and hang it. Look, it does not matter what is happening in a country, any particular country. It is not in the place of another sovereign country to jump into the affairs of that other sovereign country and say that we are removing your president for you because your president is no good for you. Really? It's the same thing that happened in Libya. And Libya has never been the same since the killing of Gaddafi. Libya, there's still not been any pointer to any weapons of mass destruction that were being produced
because
in Iraq.
There was not any.
Till date, as we speak today. How do you enter into a country? Abduct the president too. The president of the country. You kidnap the president of the country, take him to an undisclosed location. I mean, how? So this is the time for all those who believe in diplomacy. This is the time for you to start talking. All of this power play comes down to resource control, comes down to power play, comes down to strengthening of the dollar.
I'll have us hear the explanation, because the bit about the oil and some of the things he says is reason why there's serious concern in other places if a country can decide to get up and then step in whatever capacity.
Look, Mawuena, we know
known.
that if Ghana, for instance, is misbehaving, what would happen would be for countries like the US, UK, China to say, we are cutting aid to your country, or we are stopping trading
and
with
Venezuela
you.
has been under heavy sanctions from the US.
From the US.
So the reality is that before such a thing will happen, the proper war would have been fought economically already. When the economy then is destroyed, then this becomes the last thing to spoil it completely. In the case of Venezuela, if you look at where it is situated, there's the desire for US, and then we'll get a lot from the international relations aspect. There's a desire for US to maintain its role in the world, in geopolitics. We also know the reality about how Venezuela, is attracted to other big names, China, Russia, Brazil, if you like, to a certain extent. If these countries keep enjoying what Venezuela gives them, and then Venezuela enjoys the protection that they also give it, to a certain extent, in the coming years, they would keep increasing in their role in the world. So if you cut the source of these countries, your competitors, if you cut the source of China, which to a certain extent is Venezuela, the Caribbean, and those areas, then you are using Venezuela to fight China. That's the reality.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's a war that is directed at certain big names, certain global elements. China, for instance, Russia, for instance. But you cannot go there and then blatantly start a war like you have done, bombard them like you have done in Venezuela. So let me go to your ally, which is Venezuela, and then do that to...
And the fact of the matter is that every ally is strategic and is useful to the, should I say the main? No country makes allies for no reason. There's a reason every particular country is an ally to another country, because probably you share some trade routes.
Yes.
And unfortunately for us, the African countries, also because we become dumping grounds for a lot of the other countries. Oh, we can go and dump our cars there. We can dump our rice there. We can dump our oil there. We can force our currency on them. So the dollar becomes a very powerful and strong currency, strengthening the U.S. economy, weakening the rest of the world. Venezuela has oil. If we control the oil, then we control dictates and demands of the world market and all of
how
that.
we should sell it and all of that.
That also affects military operations. As for the economic war, it's on a daily basis.
Yeah.
As for the economic war, we don't even talk about it again because it's a constantly fought war. So if the world remains quiet on this matter, and I think I've seen something from our Foreign Affairs Ministry, which I applauded.
Yeah, I mean, it's received a lot of applause.
If we remain quiet on this matter, especially as Africans, tomorrow the same Donald Trump will start bombarding other countries.
I mean,
and what do you do?
You started with Nigeria with the pretext that he's protecting Christians.
That is why I said I started by saying that they came for Nigeria. We applauded. They've come for Venezuela. You sit and be doing NDC MPP with it.
You see,
tomorrow they will attack which part of Ghana is over there bomb.
The reality too is that Venezuelans have not been very happy
with their president.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly. That I'm not saying.
No,
I'm not
I think I get Crosby's points.
Yes.
But if you allow him finish, then he'll do this.
Okay. So for a minute he became the enemy.
That's the truth. That they are not happy. We are talking about
who engineered that.
I mean, all the economic concerns will come from the West.
Thank you.
That's the reality of the entire thing. So, if, like you're saying, if the world does not speak up against this, and then the West, through its mechanisms, its means, destroys another economy, they would use it as justification to invade again.
They told us, Crosby, that Nkrumah was not good enough for us. Didn't they tell us that? They told us that Nkrumah was a dictator. And they used our own people to do that. So, I mean, Venezuela is far from you.
I mean,
you listening, that's fine. Even myself, it is far from me. But look at your own political and economic history, and you'll understand the thing that keeps recurring. And when they release a statement, you say it is NDC MPP, then you are on social media making noise. Kwame Nkrumah, the same thing happened. They told us that he was a dictator. They told us that he wanted to create he wanted to be president for life. In fact,
president of Africa.
It went beyond when he started the Unification of Africa project. They said, he wanted to be president for Africa. A lot of this propaganda we heard, and that is how it starts. So they will start by making you, the people, angry and displeased with your elected leadership.
They will orient you. They'll change your mind.
And there are always people within your inner circles who will collect money and be used to deal with or cause the chaos. We saw it right in this country. So let's not even go far. So if Venezuelans are not happy with their president, Venezuelans have the opportunity to remove their president. They told us Gaddafi was an evil man. He was using oil resources for what? Also weapons. The same weapons charged against him. And they removed him. Today, Libyans are complaining the things they were receiving under Gaddafi, they are not getting. Libya is not the same anymore. So we can let's not do NDC MPP with everything that happens in our lives. It is not helping us. God forbid.
Beyond
tomorrow when they bomb Accra, we will have this conversation.
It will not happen. Beyond the statement,
I'm not sure I'm praying for that.
Beyond the condemnation of world leaders of the US, what more can they do?
If you had a strong regional and sub-regional blocks, you could do a lot. But right now, as it stands,
in the end, in truth, that question Crosby asks is very important.
Yes.
Military might.
It is the United States of America.
That is what I'm saying.
Might is what
that's exactly the point I'm making. If you had a strong regional body, if you had a strong ECOWAS, if you had a strong AU, you think nothing could have happened?
I really think
you could have stood with Venezuela.
I really think nothing can happen because in terms of military capability, nobody compares to the US. Not even close. Not China, not Russia, not
Russia would disagree with you, actually.
They are not even close.
Russia would
talking
disagree
about
with
the
you.
US. In terms of economy, maybe China could match the US in a certain
China
way.
is surpassed the US economy.
But you cannot only fight it with economy. When you're dealing with the element of soft power, Nobody is coming close to the United States. See the bases they have in all over the world. How many of such bases does China have? How many of such bases does Russia have? When you're talking about allies, how many allies, true allies, does China have, does Russia have? It still remains the US. So until the world gets to a point where there is a real competition for the US will keep acting like this, especially if they have a leader like Donald Trump, who people describe as a non-rational actor. The US was the US when Biden was there. The US was the US when Obama was there. All these leaders have still been there when the US does its thing. But to a certain extent, they were a little bit measured. So at the moment, it will be a lot of, I don't know, maybe prayer.
Do about nothing.
Because it is the US.
You see, you underestimate the power of affirmation in constitutional law, actually. There's something to do with the approval or legitimacy of a coup. When there's a coup, the reaction of the people would either legitimize the coup and give authority to the coup maker or not. So again, I come back home, all the coups that we have had, the moment there's an announcement of a coup, you find people on the street jubilating.
In fact, in Venezuela right now, if you check through social media, Venezuelans are happy. Some are saying they've been liberated because they've suffered for 20 years.
Exactly
and all
is of
the
that. Problem.
Yeah.
You think that is if Venezuelans had come together, outrightly in a united voice condemned this coup,
that would have made a lot of
so it's not always about military might.
When they divide you, that's all.
When they divide you, you are finished. Because the moment you started off with Mawuena, you started off with the entry into the territorial waters of Venezuela by military carriers. That was the beginning. That you cannot, like we are here, then all of a sudden we have US or China or Russian carriers on our waters, then we are quiet because we are powerless. By the time the strike comes, it's too late for you. There's a reason under international law you cannot enter into the territory of another country with your military presence without the express permission of that country.
It started with
even if you are just passing through. Maybe you are in Accra here, you are docked here in Accra somewhere around the Jamestown area because you are going to attack, let's say, Togo, or you want to go from here, you are using here as a base to attack another country. Ghana would have to consent to that.
It's the sovereignty conversation and the Westphalian Treaty where non-interference. Every state has its own authority over its own people. Don't come if I've not.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So all of this, we'll get into the phone lines pretty shortly, but perhaps I'll have us listen to Trump just quickly on the justifications, and then we'll return a bit more, and then we pick some thoughts.
And we appreciate you being here. Late last night and early today, at my direction, the United States Armed Forces conducted an extraordinary military operation in the capital of Venezuela. Overwhelming American military power, air, land, and sea, was used to launch a spectacular assault. And it was an assault like people have not seen since World War II. It was a force against a heavily fortified military fortress in the heart of Caracas to bring outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro to justice. This was one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might and competence in American history. And if you think about it, we've done some other good ones like the attack on Soleimani, the attack on al-Baghdadi, and the obliteration and decimation of the Iran nuclear sites just recently in an operation known as Midnight Hammer. All perfectly executed and done. No nation in the world could achieve what America achieved yesterday, or frankly in just a short period of time. All Venezuelan military capacities were rendered powerless as the men and women of our military, working with U.S. law enforcement, successfully captured Maduro in the dead of night. It was dark. The lights of Caracas were largely turned off due to a certain expertise that we have. It was dark and it was deadly. But captured along with his wife, Celia Flores, both of whom now face American justice.
That's U.S. President Donald Trump. Let me get onto the phone lines. I have two distinguished professors on the line with me. Professor Appiah-Ampofo is a former UN senior governance advisor, and so is Professor Daniel Dramani Kipo-Sunyezi. He's an associate professor at the Legon Center for International Affairs and Diplomacy, LESIAD. Profs, good morning to you and a happy new year to the both of you as well.
Good morning and happy new year to you and your staff also, and my good friend who's on the other side of the line.
Prof Dramani, I want to start off with you since you're the international relations expert here, and then I'll come to Professor Appiah-Ampofo with his expertise as well from the UN on what it is that we're seeing play out. But Prof Dramani, with what we've seen, a lot of questions have come up. The blurring of international laws and treaties and what have you. What are we seeing really play out in the open in big 2026? Some say this is colonization all over again, and the world is standing aloof and watching.
Yeah. Thank you. Good morning to dear listeners. It's certainly a big problem that a country in this era will just move to another country to enforce their own domestic laws. And certainly that runs counter to international law. Ideally, we expect that an intervention should become lawful. It should be something that is sanctioned by the UN Security Council. When the Security Council authorizes, then they become lawful, and that conform with international law. Unfortunately, this is not something that is sanctioned by UN Security Council. It is an American's own law enforcement agents who just moved into Venezuela and acted. So certainly, I think it's like, I don't know how to put it. I think it's a show of power. Possibly that's the way I look at it. And as you said, it's even about colonialism. It's a show of power. It's quite not the best. There could have been other ways to deal with it rather than this particular approach. So it's not the best for the country, and unfortunately, as you rightly said it, the whole world is watching. And I see we are not seeing. It's only that countries are condemning, but it has been carried out. Now, one of the most threatening aspects is that he has said, President Trump, that America will continue to have control over the country until transition can obtain. And that clearly would depict an issue of colonialism because of trying to take control of the country. And that will be like coming to colonize the country, and that certainly is worrisome.
In terms of the show of power you speak to, show of power between who and who? Because really, if Venezuela is expected to be an independent state, then who is the U.S. trying to show power to? And you mentioned that it is almost becoming colonialism all over again with what we're seeing.
The show of power that I said is that it is America, which is a state. Venezuela is also a sovereign state, but their sovereignty has been taken off. They haven't been able to show that kind of thing, and I believe that Venezuela armed forces certainly could have fight back, but possibly looking at the world superpower, America, the mind. Possibly they just decided to allow that to go on because they're supposed to fight, but will Venezuela be able to fight America in that mind? That is the question, because they have to defend their territory, but we didn't see that because of how powerful America is. So they might have also looked at it. They were supposed to see fire for fire, but I think that they also decided to only take a backstage or kind of thing. And I think that it is just because of the mind. If you look at the number of weapons that have been moved to the border, the airspace has been captured, and then air, water. Venezuela certainly cannot face America in terms of mind. So possibly that might be why they just decided to take a backstage and watch. Because I don't think Venezuela armed forces have what it takes to be able to meet America fire for fire.
Let me bring in Professor Ajimandia, because there's the UN aspect of all of this as to what security protocols most likely should have been triggered, particularly when we saw the initial entering of Venezuelan airspace and what have you. This has been coming, and a lot of individuals have been expecting this for some time. The UN, which was a body put together after the Second World War, was expected to ensure that peace and tranquility prevails and nations live cordially amongst each other. Again, many say this is yet another test case where the UN is failing. You have a bit more of understanding. What should have happened in terms of the UN and its mediation efforts to have not seen us be where we are currently?
Thank you once again, and thanks for having me. Anyone who has been observing global politics over the past years will understand that there is a major shift in global politics and global use of power. The United Nations, from after the Second World War, as you rightly said, developed a new system for international relations. A system that was built on respect for international law. Several laws came into being and conventions after the war for the sake of maintaining world peace, stability, and progress, development generally. But what we have seen lately, and by the way, don't forget, what happened to Venezuela is not new. It is in the character of Americans to go down south of their country as if they are the policemen of that area and police them. You may know of the Monroe Doctrine of the 1940s, initiated by American President Monroe himself. And you know that since then, Latin America has been under the grip of the Americans. But over the past few decades, there seems to have been some understanding of how America relates to this part of the world. But unfortunately, the current administration sees things differently. The current administration in America doesn't see the value of the United Nations. The administration doesn't recognize international law the way we know it. the current administration simply believes that with power it can achieve its goals. So the whole conflict between what in school you will learn as a realist and the idealist, clearly the realists seem to be winning in this kind of game. So I think as we all read around this, it's clear that under the current American administration, there's no regard for international law. And specifically your question about the UN watching and all. Look, the American government started over the past several weeks giving strong signals about the intention to overrun Venezuela. It started by first sending bombers to take out ships allegedly carrying cocaine to the United States. It done that over the past several weeks. Nobody seems to have complained. Now he threatened that, in fact, it might put boots on the ground, that is to send soldiers. And it has come to pass. And on top of all that, they have brazenly entered the country and kidnapped the president of Venezuela. And what reactions are we getting? United Nations, I don't know if they issue a statement. If they have, it's the usual diplomatic that they will issue. European countries who were big part of the invention of the new international security order after the Second World War, they are almost mute. Some are just pleading for for stability, for understanding, blah, blah, the usual political talk. And nobody. The fact is that Donald Trump has cowered the whole world because clearly he is determined to use brute force to achieve the aims. And what's the aim? To make America great again, is to recapture the economy of the global village to be in the hands of the Americans. There have been stories going around. We know the origins of this. Venezuela possesses the largest reserves of oil. Venezuela has taken a different path towards its development, away from Western-dominated capitalist development to more or less the East, now more with China. And Venezuela is not willing to sell its oil denominated by the dollar currency. You know the story also of 1974 when the Americans made a deal with the Saudi Arabians to make oil base, its sale be based on dollar, what we call the dollar petrodollars. Now that is shifting. And to make things worse, China has also taken keen interest and it become the largest buyer of Venezuelan oil, which means that China may be taking some, stepping into the so-called zone of the Americans, their backyard. All these are part of the reason why this invasion and kidnapping of the Venezuelan president are taking place. So, my friend, what we are facing right now, we are facing a very dangerous world. There's so much uncertainty in the global environment. Now it's being established again that power is might. In other words, if you are powerful, you can go anywhere in the world, bully people, and have your way. And nobody can challenge you. Unfortunately, this is what we are witnessing today.
And all we've seen, and like you said, I haven't seen a statement as well from the UN other than some of the condemnations which we here in Ghana have condemned as well. There's a general risk that the global south runs with the prevailing conditions in Venezuela staying as it is. If things remain the same, the big question on everybody's lips, how does this not repeat itself anywhere else? Because we've seen the U.S. undertake similar such operations in Nigeria under the guise of dealing with terror groups. We are at a risk as third world countries, are we not?
Sure, we are facing serious risks in the global environment. In fact, back in, I think, in the 70s or early 80s, Americans did the same to Nicaragua. Their president, Noriega, they went in there, invaded the country, took him out and brought him to the States to be tried. It's not doing. But what is disturbing this time around is that the American administration is making so many threats. First, it wanted to incorporate Canada. In other words, to absorb Canada to be another state of the country. Of course, they got repulsed. Now, they said they want to acquire Greenland because of its strategic position. Of course, there were some mild protests by Denmark, which is currently more or less overseeing that territory. But lately I hear that the American government has sent some appointed the governor of Texas to lead a team as whatever to Greenland, which means it's seriously under consideration. Beyond that, in fact, in the present crisis, the American government has threatened other countries, especially Colombia, to watch its back, which in American parlance means, look, we are coming after you if you don't behave yourself. And even they are telling the acting president of Venezuela, the lady, that if she doesn't straighten up and do what is right, I'm quoting, then of course they will also come after her. These threats. And what is worrisome is that the whole world is just looking on. Of course, they have issued a statement. Russia has issued a statement. China has. But no action, no serious action to indicate that such actions can no longer be tolerated. So as you rightly said, and of course, right off the Europeans are wimps. They have not, the statement from the German government, the statement from the British, they are all mild. When such serious aberrations in international relations are occurring. So yes, we face a future of uncertainty, and I think the next couple of years under the current American administration is going to be difficult for the rest of the world. Now, I don't know what the so-called powerful countries in the world, what they can do to stem this possibility of grabbing in it in that way enhanced. In fact, we've gone back to the jungle. The way international relations are being conducted now is a law of the jungle. If you are powerful, you use your power. I don't want to refer to Russia doing the same in Ukraine, but similar. Look, what Israel has done in the Gaza Strip is the same power. Use power to destroy your enemy and take what you want. And still, the United Nations is weak only because America has deliberately weakened the United Nations. Over the past year or so, subventions, or what you may call subscriptions to the United Nations, have been reduced by almost 40%. Okay? And more importantly, don't forget that the UN is structured in such a way that the Security Council of the 5 veto countries, including the US, they control, and America holds that veto power. And as I was taught in school, the United Nations can only be as strong as its members want it to be. At the moment, its key members do not want to see the United Nations a strong organization.
Which portends a problem, like you've been saying, and leaves us nowhere. Let me bring in Professor Dramani again, and perhaps in trying to round up the conversation. This is international relations as we've been having the conversation, but this will begin to portend serious problems economically as well, the world over, in terms of how things have gone and how things will be like if the status quo continues and it continues in this regard in other aspects.
That is something that countries in the global south certainly should be worried. It is a new international order that is coming, which is not good for us, where the powerful can go into another area and grab whatever they want. And that certainly is not the best. And let's even assume that once this is not properly managed and Venezuela oil supply stop, that can create the global crisis in terms of oil prices. So these are all things that we are all. And the vice president, anything can happen to her, and even the minister in charge of oil. All these things are. And once there's a breakdown of the oil sector, everybody will be affected. And Venezuela is a very big country as far as the oil is concerned. What America is doing here, other superpowers, other powerful countries, China may also be emboldened. And you can already see what is going on in the South China Sea. China also trying to, how China is handling Philippines. China is equally trying to take over Taiwan, which China always think that Taiwan is just an extension of China. And that is, they are busy. All these things are telling you that we wouldn't be surprised that China will take full control over that Taiwan. So that is where we are going. Instead of building on multilateralism, where the UN system will be where states are recognized and states get their independence, that is taken away. While the powerful can get up and grab the country, take control, change the borders, and that is worrying. China is doing that or preparing to do so. Russia, Ukraine, you have seen it. It's taking over the Donbass, Luhansk, Crimea, and all these areas by force. And that is the norm. So gradually, that is where we are going. And that is the danger. When we no longer respect our multilateral institution, the UN, which is supposed to bring global peace, and unilateral action takes the order, then we are getting a new world order. And that certainly is a great danger. And the danger is more to the countries in the global south because they don't have the power much. And I think that we should be able to get out of this and begin to move away from this unilateral actions of America and other bigger powers to show some amount of respect for the smaller states so that we can have these big state, small state politics. Respect them. They are all independent states. They all have a say. Respect their sovereignty. Respect their territory. And that is what will bring global peace. But disregard, put the whole world on threat. And maybe in another point of geopolitical analysis, America wants to maintain full control over the Western Hemisphere, the countries in the Latin America, so that China, which is becoming a force, will stay off. That is what America and the Trump is going through. We will have control, and that is an imperial tactic, and that is the way to deter China. Keep yourself to your area, and we also maintain our territory, and that is quite dangerous. And if these things are not well managed, we wouldn't be surprised. We see America fire for fire with China, and that certainly will disturb global peace.
Right. Prof, I thank you. I'll just give the last word as well to Professor Appiah-Ampofo. And I'm just reading from somewhere that, look, in all of the conversations we're having, West Africa, particularly Francophone West Africa, could see France possibly emboldened to want to take such similar actions in abducting leaders from here, because we know the wave which has been blowing for some time within the West African sub-region, and the control and dominance of France beginning to wane and the citizenry rising and all of you. That is a real risk as well if we begin to look at it closely.
Well, the whole thing is that the global architecture is being unlocked. It's being undermined because countries, so-called global south, countries have become wiser. The Francophone countries in our sub-region, how France treated them at independence. Literally, granting them political independence, but enslaving, continuous enslavement in terms of their economic advancement, requiring them to put their reserves in French bank, central bank, for them to determine how. Anyway, that's a long story. Now, countries like Burkina Faso, like Chad, like Niger, countries that we tend to look down upon because they've been impoverished by French colonization for decades, now they begin to assert themselves, and people are admiring them. So, first, besides the big power game that we just discussed, American imperialism and Russian too, and perhaps the new role that China may have to pick. Besides that, on our continent, these European countries are also at work, struggling to find ways to regain, if they can ever regain their stance, especially if these countries have cut off their currency attachment to France, and if they decide to pursue new foreign policies. So I think the threats are still here. I even suspect strongly, and there's some evidence to that, some of these instability in our neighboring countries like Burkina Faso and Mali and elsewhere could be instigated by some of these Western countries. And the stridency in the policy of Traoré in Burkina Faso can also tell you that all forces are at work to derail him. Even I heard whether it's true or not, there was an attempt to overthrow him last night or so. So we are facing a serious problem here. And I think Ghana, we cannot continue to just say that we are stable, democratic, and therefore we are fine. We are not, because we cannot live in an island surrounded by a boisterous sea. So it's important that we use ECOWAS effectively in finding a way to bring African countries, West African countries together. But ultimately, the best bet for Africa as a continent is to be serious with the continental unity idea that was mooted in the 1960s led by Kwame Nkrumah. Because, look, if we continue to be divided like the way we are as poor, weak countries and all, if you are not careful, another form of colonization, which is already underway, may occur, if not by the Europeans themselves, which of course is ongoing because of neo-colonialism. The new powers, China and others, can find a gentle way to still dominate us, especially if you are unable to take charge, take command of our economy. The whole world is revolving around economy, how countries can make the best out of what we have. And I think Africa will have to rethink how the role it has to play for itself, not to continuously rely on external powers to provide security, protection, and all. So, for me, we here in the sub-region, whilst we are working hard to get ECOWAS to be more effective, hopefully if we can bring back the three countries that are absconded from the organization, and if the AU itself can find a new way of resisting encroachment by the European countries in particular, and America in general, then the risk we face as we go into the future will be very, very serious.
Prof, I appreciate you speaking to us this this morning.
You're welcome.
That's Professor Bafo Ajimanjia. He's a former UN governance advisor. We also had Professor Dramani, associate professor at LESIAD with the University of Ghana as well, joining us this morning on very important conversations and the possible ramifications for us here in Ghana and the rest of the African continent, particularly in the face of what appears to be shifting global powers and architecture in terms of all that's been happening. Remember that famous speech of the president and one that got him quite the acclaim, where he was asking for reforms within the United Nations, amongst many other things. These are the times when those comments and calls become ever so important. But far away Venezuela, it could be closer to you than you think.
We'll cry for peace.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite stars, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, let go. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you?
To you about this morning.
I'm losing my faith. I saw black man in that this world.
And we're going to be talking to you about the right and passage expected for the Member of Parliament who unfortunately passed. Ayawaso East Member of Parliament.
The best of all, amongst us all.
His hometown is Kwe. He was born on Wednesday, the 17th of March, 1965. He's a Member of Parliament on the ticket of the NDC. He was in the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th Parliament. We'll take you to the residency now because a number of dignitaries have already begun to make their way there. Let's take you live right now where my colleague George Quinn is stationed and is bringing us a report as to what's happening.
One MP is here, George Ullo is here, we have the Ghana's ambassador to Saudi Arabia, Sinara is also here, lots of them are here, so we're expecting most members of parliament to in their numbers to commiserate with their late colleague. And the late MP died on Sunday, 4th January at the 37 Military Hospital, and we were told that he took ill on the 25th of December and was rushed to the hospital, and he died on Sunday, and it's quite a sad one. Our constituents have actually come out to pour out their emotions regarding the death of their Member of Parliament, and there's some sort of by-election in the offing, and so hopefully the Electoral Commission will hold this very by-election and ensure that there's a replacement of the Member of Parliament in that very constituency. So this is the days for the Members of Parliament. I want to pick some few words from some of the guests that are here. I know the former Greater Accra Regional Minister is here. Oko Vanderpoy is here. I have the Regional Minister also here with us. Let's pick Linda Oklu's views. Linda, good morning.
Good morning.
You're live on TV3. Yeah. What is the relation between you and the late MP?
Thank you so much. First of all, my condolences to the Biri family, NDC, the entire Ayawaso East, and Greater Accra at large. Naza has been a pillar of NDC. He's a caucus chairman of the Greater Accra MPs in Parliament. In fact, he doesn't talk. He's a humble person, and his project in the constituency, cannot be, left behind. And you could see the constituent, say a lot of things he has done. Naza always come to me as a regional minister to ask of slots for his constituents. What I keep on telling Naza, we all call it. So let's find means of getting slots for our constituents. And this is the enthusiasm of Naza, making sure that he get what he wants for his constituents. He'll be dearly missed, trust me. He has done in Parliament. He's always seated, he's always present, he's always participating in everything that happens in Parliament. So, Naza, may his soul rest in perfect peace.
But you know he was sick?
Yes, for a time. He was absent for 2 weeks, and we were told that he wasn't feeling well. And so we thought this normal feelings, because we all fall sick. and we don't come to Parliament. So when I was told within 2 weeks looking for him, just after the season, we were just trying to reach him as a caucus chairman to see the way forward. We couldn't reach him, but later we were told that he wasn't feeling well. So we thought it was just the normal malaria or whatever, or stress. I mean, that was what I thought, that it was the normal stress, because MPs, I mean, we go through a lot, looking at the nature of our job. So we thought it was just a normal sickness. Unfortunately, we had a bad news.
Okay, so Linda Okuru is the regional minister, Greater Accra regional minister, sharing her thoughts on the demise of the Ayawaso East MP. So we have Joti here, who is the member of parliament for Pokatamanso. So Joti, what will you remember the late MP for?
Oh, I think he's a good man. Some of us came and they are our seniors, so we look up to them. In fact, just last week, he sent me to go and see the regional minister for an assignment. So after I was trying to reach him so that I'll give him the feedback, but I've not been able to, in fact, get him. So yesterday we heard this sad news. So in fact, we really miss somebody, a great man, because he's our caucus chairman in Parliament. So he's a peaceful person, and when he sees you, I mean, the approach alone tells her that he's a good leader. So it's a great loss, and we give condolences to the bereaved family.
Joti is a member of parliament for Pokataman, so also a colleague to the late MP. We have the Ablekuma South MP here, Alfred Oko Vanderpoy. Good morning, sir. You're live on TV3. You're live on TV3.
Hello.
You're live on TV3.
Thank you.
What will you remember the late MP for?
Oh, Honorable Nazar was a great man. I can remember him in many ways. In the Chamber of Parliament, he sits on my right, and more often than not, when we are seated, he will look at me, he will wave at me, I will wave at him. And then sometimes if we have caucus matters, because he's the caucus chairman and he was the caucus chairman, I was the vice, and he will call me and I will go to him, or I will call him and he will come to me, and we will share ideas, and then he will tap me, he said, "Oh Mayor, you are great," and he will smile. He's always smiling, very calm person, you know. And I remember when my mother died, he would come to my house anytime we will have family meeting. And we had 3 family meetings. He was always there, you know. He would come all the way from his place to Makati here every time. And he was at the funeral. And then after that, he will call me and call the secretary and say, "Oh, Oko, you've lost your mother." And we'll talk and we'll smile over it. I didn't know that we were going to lose him at this time. I have known him since the time when I was mayor of Accra. And he was always working for his constituents. He would come and see me. He would say, "Oh, we have to do this, we have to do that." He was a great man. We've lost a great one. And it is really shocking.
This loss will be a big blow to the party then. It's a big blow to the party.
Yeah, it's a big loss to the party because he was a grassroots person, you know, very, very rooted with the constituency. The people love him. You know, he runs his business very well and he does well for people. And that is what this is all about, what you can do for people. And he was a unique one in doing it.
So, Ablekuma South MP then, Alfred Oko Vanderpoy, he says the late MP was a grassroots person. And so this loss, of course, is a big loss to the party. And we have the CEO of Cocoa Board with us, Ampofo with us. Good morning. I just want to pick some few thoughts from you. Good morning. Thanks for coming. You're live on TV3. And I know you represent the NDC party. What does this very loss mean to the party?
The passing of Honorable it's a very sad event because I personally didn't hear of his ailment, but he's one of my very good friends. I've worked with him for a very long time as national chairman of the party. I was there when he won his seat first into parliament and then second time again. And so I've been a very close ally of the Ayawaso constituencies, the Ayawaso North and Ayawaso East, for a very long time as national organizer for 10 years. So I'm very well known to the constituency, and I have very good friends in the constituency. I work with Honorable Ahmed Mustafa. I've worked with several of the leaders of the party in the constituency. But I saw in Honorable Naza a very unassuming, a very honest, a very, simple person, but very effective in terms of having a hand on his constituency. It's a constituency that he had absolute support, and so he won with over 70% of the votes. And when you see him as a very quiet person. You wonder what he does to be able to keep the constituency. But one of the things that I can say is that he's a very generous person, very resourceful person. I remember at a point in time, he gave me a blank check and said that, Chairman, anytime you are traveling, I have these 1, 2, 3 filling stations. Depending upon which direction that you are going, go to that filling station, let them fill your fuel tank for you. And that is the kind of selfless person that Honorable was. And so his death came as a very big shock. But we believe that God knows best, and we pray that the Almighty God will grant him Jannatu Firdaus, and that those of us who are left behind must emulate his example of selflessness, simplicity, unassumingness, and his ability to go down to earth and then serve his people. He's a very grassroots person, but very resourceful person. And I believe that we should be able to continue the good work that he has done and hold firm the Ayawaso North constituency.
Talking about the seat, there are some politicians that say it's a safe seat for the NDC. How do you feel about that?
It's absolutely a safe seat for the NDC. And I can assure you that the challenge we will have is getting a very smooth primaries to get somebody to represent the NDC. Retaining the seat will not be a difficulty. But for now, I want to focus on the one who we have lost and pay tribute to him and to pray to the Almighty God to grant him peace and to grant him Jannatu. The rest will follow.
Mawuena Appiah is the former chairman of the NDC and currently the CEO of Cocoa Board. And like you also mentioned, Nazir was a grassroots person, and so this loss, of course, is a big one to the party. But I would want to speak to the press secretary of the late MP, and for his first term, he was his press secretary, and the late MP, of course, actually is the 4th term MP, and so most of his colleagues are here, MPs are here, people that he's worked directly with are here, constituents are here in their numbers to commiserate with the family, among others. But let me still see if I can talk to you. You're live on TV3, and what is your relation with the late MP?
Yes, I'm with NADMO. I'm the director of disaster volunteer groups. Here is his constituency, where the NADMO headquarters is located. NADMO is having a lot of activities. He's very instrumental to support that thing. Recently, we had a disaster volunteer group activity that we are to activate in this constituency. He and the MC, they were very instrumental. They are finished forming their DVGs. They are ready to take off. We are to settle a date and do the training for them because of the Zongo Desing, so that we can reduce some of things.
Let me just tell viewers, so the Minister of Communication, Sam George is here. He just arrived, and so we'll try and see if we can pick some few words from him. But I'll come to you. So Ahmed is the press secretary to Abdul Salam, is the press secretary to the late MP. His first term in office for 4 years, and working with him, how was the relation like?
In the first place, when we find ourselves in this situation of calamity, we begin everything we say by saying Inna Lillahi wa Inna Ilayhi Rajiun, which means we acknowledge that we came from Allah and to Allah is our return. So we acknowledge that this fate of demise of Honorable Nasir Muhammad Toure is a decree of Allah. We accept it, but it's a difficult one. I will describe Honorable Nasir Muhammad Toure as somebody with a genuine and sincere heart for development, for humanitarian support, and for the empowerment of his people and community.
So when was the last time you saw him before he died?
I think about 2 months ago, we met in the community together when he supported students that were going to the secondary school with some educational materials and logistics. But normally what I do is, whenever it's end of the year, we do kind of a review together. So I send him a message to give him a feedback. So the last time I sent him a message and I didn't really get a reply was the 1st of January 2026. And I was wondering, normally, typically Honorable is very responsive. And then until yesterday when we heard the very sad news of his demise.
Like I rightly mentioned, Ahmed is his special aide. That was his first term in office. So the MP, the late MP, actually is a 4th term MP, and so that was his press secretary. If you just tune in, you're coming to you live from the National Mosque. This is where the Janaiza prayers will be taking place. So right after the prayers, the late MP his remains will be taken to the Medina Muslim Cemetery for interment. And so TV3, of course, will bring you all the live coverage, the update that you need to know about this very interment and Janaiza prayers for the late MP for Ayawasu East. And we want to talk to more of the guests that are here. We want to go into the MP days. I saw Sam George, like I already mentioned, he was here. I want to talk to Sam George. See Professor John Gachi here with me. Professor John Gachi is live on TV3. We want to pick his words. We only see him on TV, but this is me catching him in real person. Prof, good morning. Welcome to TV3. What was the relation you had with the late MP?
Well, he's a board member of Energy Commission, which I chair. He is the chairman of the subcommittee on human resource. So that's why I'm here.
So what will you remember him of?
Well, I think he's calm, affable, and firm in his disposition. He does his work accurately, but with noticeable firmness. That is what we know about him.
I want to believe you guys on constant communication. When's the last time you heard from him?
I think end of last year. But some colleagues spoke to him on Thursday.
Professor John Gachi is the Dean of the University of Cape Coast Business School, and he actually was cool with the late MP, sharing his fondest memories of the MP. So the National Chief Imam is supposed to, he's the one going to hold the prayers. That will be in the next few minutes. And we want to get more interviews before that really takes place. And he'll be coming to have the Janaiza prayers. And just in a matter of few minutes, he will be here. But let's still see if we can talk to some few people that are here, especially the MPs. I saw Sam George. Okay, so that's Sam George. Let's see if we can pick some words from Sam George live on TV3. And Sam George is here with us. So Sam is live here. I just want to talk about you're live on TV3. Just a few minutes. So okay. So we should move to the front. Okay, so the last time I saw you was so Sam George is right here. The last time I saw Sam George was on TV3 presenting the midday news, and here he is in person to commemorate the families of the late MP for Ayawasu East. Honorable, good morning. You almost took my job last week, but that's good. But thanks for coming. But what was the relation you had with the late MP?
Honorable Nazar was vice chairman of the caucus at the time when I was caucus secretary. When the new parliament started, I was secretary and he became chairman because our chairman Neil Ante van der Poy was no longer there. And then when I was appointed minister, I had to leave that position. But this was my chairman of my caucus. It was someone who we had fantastic relations with. I was just telling my colleagues that about 4 weeks ago, his wife and I were in a meeting in my office. No indication whatsoever that he was going to be leaving us this soon. It's still surreal. When I got the message yesterday, still couldn't believe that had happened. But Nazar was a cheerful spirit, someone who was calm and it's just sad. It's just sad.
I hear he's a deep-rooted grassroots person. It means this is a big blow to the party then?
Absolutely. I mean, he's chairman of the biggest caucus in Parliament. The Greater Accra Caucus is the biggest caucus in Parliament. He's our chairman. He's very soft-spoken, a man of very few words but action. His work is on the ground. He moves the ground in ways that only a master and a professional could do it. And it's really sad. We've lost a big pillar in the region. The region is going to feel his loss.
This is the by-elections. How convinced are you that you guys will take this? We know it's a safe seat for the NDC, but how convinced are you?
I want us to focus on paying respects to our departed comrade. I want us to focus on commiserating with the family and his young kids. By-elections are a consequence of the legal process. When we get there, we'll discuss that. But today, our focus is on the soul of our departed brother.
Honorable Sam George is the Member of Parliament for Ningo Prampram and the Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations. And he also added to the fact that the late MP is a grassroots person, and so his absence, of course, is a big blow to the party. And like I rightly mentioned, in some few minutes, the Chief Imam will be here to hold the prayers. But let's still engage the people that matter to get some.
Guy at the back, he's the chairman of the committee.
So we'll still talk to them, and before the Chief Imam arrives here. So, Mr. Baja, we were in Predias last time. I know you're the chairman for the Energy Committee. So, he is part of your committee. This is a big loss to your committee.
Yeah, it's a big loss to the committee, to Parliament, to the good people of Ayawaso East, as well as to the Parliament of Ghana and Ghanaians. My colleague, who is also my vice chair, the vice chair of the Energy Committee, has been my source of strength and pillar. I say so because this is my first time of being on that committee, the Energy Committee. He has been there for all his fourth term. I'm a fifth timer, but he has been there since his 2013 when he came to Parliament, being a member of that committee. And so almost all the things that we used to do, he's the strength that we draw from when we need some explanation and also knowledge about historical knowledge of the committee. And today he's no more with us. We just pray that God will comfort the family, God will comfort the entire constituency, and God will comfort Parliament as well. I must add that Hamza Nasser is not the violent type. People see him as a quiet person. Yes, that is demeanor. But when it comes to the committee work, he has depth knowledge of the committee. And so when I'm not there, anytime I travel, he takes over as the chair of the committee. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Most of the people that I engaged made me aware that he's very benevolent. Did that reflect in his work?
Yes, it does. In fact, if you see Hamza at the committee level, you will know very well that he has the depth knowledge of the committee, of the workings of Ministry of Energy and Green Transition. Apart from that, he's the type who gives freely. As for his benevolency, he's very up to that. He's not given to violence. Very, very calm person. You don't see him fighting with anybody on the committee. And when things are not right, he tells you straightforward, this one there, we don't do it like that. Let's go to the standing orders. Let's go to the acts, that give birth to whichever institution that we are working with. NASA is just a gem that we shouldn't have lost. But well, God knows better.
Thank you so much. Mr. Bajra is the chairman of the Energy Committee of Parliament, and he actually was a chairman to the late MP. If you just tuned in, we are coming to you live from the National Mosque here at Kandahar in Accra. We'll bring you live visuals from the Janaiza prayers for the late MP for Ayawaso East. But I just want to read some legal matters for you regarding the loss or the death of the late MP. So per the law,
that's my colleague George Queenan from the burial rites of Nasir Turi Mahama, the National Mosque. Further details as we wrap up on today's edition of the show. I want to say a big thank you to Dorada Spa and Salon located at Ridge Central Hotel for being part of our festive season giveaway. From professional hairstyling and grooming to relaxing spa treatment, massage therapy and beauty care, Dorado Spa and Salon truly brought luxury and wellness to the season. And from all of us here, we thank you for supporting the celebration and making our festive season extra special. You can call them on 055-644-2048 to book a slot for yourself now. Dorado Spa and Salon, where aging is a choice. A bit more in terms of birthdays for you this fateful day. In terms of expectations, persons celebrating their birthdays and what have you. We celebrate a few of them today here on the 3FM Sunrise. I want to say, let me start off with the first individual I have. Happy birthday to Winifred Afi. Winifred, okay, the first one is a happy birthday to Sergeant Ahachi Elvis Selassie, right? You're blessed and highly favored by the Spirit of the Almighty God. Enjoy this birthday to the fullest. Sergeant Ahachi Elvis Selassie, happy birthday to you. And a sweet birthday to Winifred Afi, looking very splendid. The good Lord bless and keep you. May this new age come with great blessings. This is a special one, a very, very special one. Winifred Afi, special one coming to you from our very own Philip Kachuku. Happy birthday with lots of love and warmth to you on this very special day as well. And this one as well, glorious birthday to Gilat Madek Anko Bale. God bless your new age from your dad, DCOP George Anko Bale, retired, and the family. Wishing you a year filled with the Lord's goodness and blessings. That's our show for you today. Came to you from our studios here on the John Hammond Street. We'll be back. Noble Crossmianan will steer the ship for the rest of the month of January. We're back subsequently with a bit more in terms of goodies for you here on the 3FM.